So if I turn the global volume down, it should turn it down for you guys. Does it? Are you still hearing it?
Hey, look, we're live.
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear shit.
Okay, so it's working.
It's working.
I'll just turn mine up.
Camera was on the whole time, boss. Or right now it is
We're
anyway.
live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Call of Cthulhu. This is what I've been saying. Like, we're live. We're live.
What the hell? Normally you give me a, all right, is everybody ready? 3, 2.
Did I not do that, you guys?
No, you did not do that.
Shit.
I was muted the entire time.
It just popped up, and I was like, that's why I said, yeah, the camera's on the whole time.
You were just like, and we're live. And I'm like, what the fuck?
You should know I'm running the game. I'm looking at other things for last minute.
God, my camera's off. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, go, man.
Oh my god, I said, let's go ready. And when Nomi's ready, she can turn on her camera. And I gave you guys a countdown. And then
We didn't hear it.
And then nobody replied. And I was like, okay, we're live.
What did you call it,
Well,
Sevvy?
Well, welcome to
gave
Call of
us a
Cthulhu, everybody, I guess.
She counted on her fingers. Her fingers? Fingers. Oh, sorry.
No, not the finger part. The first part.
All right, well, welcome to Call of Cthulhu, everybody. We've got almost a full cast here. We do have a Nomi tonight. Everybody rejoice. She's not busy firing people. So we get to enjoy her company tonight. Sadly, however, we are down Jimmy. But,
To be fair, I like this Chris better.
Yeah, the absent Chris?
No, the Chris getting in the free candy van.
Yeah.
It works
That much
well.
is true. That much is true. All right. Well, let's get some announcements. Just go ahead and get them over with. Go ahead and get them over with. So if you guys hear anything, as far as sounds, music, what have you, you can thank Sirenscape. I thank Sirenscape every night before I go to bed. They let us play music on our streams, and as long as we shout them out in the stream, they don't give us a copyright strike, so we appreciate that. We've also got a few Eureka points to hand out. Let me get those pulled up here. We've got 4 new gold memberships from Discord, from Leo Crescent, our very own Froste, and the fantastic Sarcastic. So that is 16 total Eureka points for everybody. And yes.
Okay.
So everybody can go ahead and add those.
That puts me at 36.
Puts me at 31.
One thing I'm going to do is, because I feel a little bad giving myself permanent Eureka points for my gold, I'm taking those 4 and giving them to you 4. So I'm taking those off mine, so each one of you gets an extra one.
Well, thank you.
Because I just feel a little weird handing myself like, here you go. Why, thank you. Just feels.
I mean, I would, if I was spending that money, I'd shamelessly give them all to myself, because
I'm just gonna.
Damn it, this is an investment.
Eureka points at people.
You are the true Oprah of Call of Cthulhu. So we'll go around the horn and see how everybody's doing. Speaking of Mr. Generous, Frost, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm broke now because I just gave away all my Eureka points. But you know, it's, if anybody wants to loan me some Eureka points, it'd be great. No, I'm doing really well. I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Jimmy wandering off by himself and meeting interesting people. I'm scared.
I think Jimmy's getting into the van.
Yeah, I think there's no if, and, or but about that. I think he's getting vanned.
Oh, well, speaking of getting in the van, Smoo just sent us 20, is that euros?
Yes.
Which I think those are more valuable than dollars.
He is from Deutschland.
Deutschland! Well, thank you, Smoo, for the plot or something. Unless that goes to somebody other than me, I'm just going to interpret that as going to me.
That's what it sounds like.
If you need to clarify as to who that goes to, let me know. But we'll say hi to our returning favorite Latina character. Nomi, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. I'm happy to be back. It's been a while, so yeah, missing 2 weeks was pretty crazy, but like what you said earlier, I was kicking butt and taking name at a bar. So don't mess with me. And what was it? Like 2 weeks ago, I came like last 15 minutes and I was super fiery. So yes.
Yeah, because you kicked out some people, like you beat them up or something.
Yes, we had to kick him out of the bar for sure because they tested my patience. They messed around and found out.
Very good, very good. All right. Well, I feel like we get the same energy from India as we do from, well, as your coworkers probably do from you. So that's it. Very good, very good. Oh, by the way, according to Smoo, I tell you what we'll do. Sevvy, odds or evens?
Evens.
Evens? Okay.
Ah.
Those-
All right. Well, no. Nomi, you get Smooth's Eureka point. So there you go.
Yay! Yeah, thanks. I feel loved. I feel cared for. Thanks.
All right. So, yeah, JT, how's it going?
I'm here.
You're
I'm not
here.
getting into the
You're clear.
But somebody. Now, Moss, we've all seen you dance,
Yeah, you have.
and your love of
The
banana.
entire internet has seen you dance, and you've seen my desk decoration. So I mean,
So we know who that little thing you said really was meant for.
hey, we can use that word now. It's fine.
Well, I mean, if you are one, you can. That's how that works.
Oh wait, I have a lot of questions to answer about myself. But speaking of asking questions about oneself, Sevvy, what's going on?
Hello, everybody. Oh, we got a $28 super chat from Wilson for
There you go,
Froste to give to himself.
Thank you, Wilson.
I'm doing great. It's Monday, I think. It's gearing up to be a week because I'm still catching up from work that is never ending. But it was pretty good. So happy belated Father's Day to all of the fathers out there, and if you celebrate Father's Day, happy Father's Day. So excited to be here. See what happens. See exactly what happens to Jimmy when he gets in the van. Will we ever find out?
Jimmy.
No. I heard that he was in the Whitechapel district, so we might never find out.
Might be in the white van in the Whitechapel district.
In the white room, in the white van.
I want to hear the whole
at
song now.
Station. All right. Well, so why don't we just go ahead and get the show on the road, get the mystery unraveling, and get the horror moving. So we've got our intro here. I forget the guy's name, but I remember his voice. So on last week's edition of Horror on the Orient Express, our intrepid investigators had a not-so-lighthearted conversation with the good Professor Smith, where we learned that his history with the Brotherhood of the Skin stretches back 30 years. Flashing back to 1893, Dr. Smith learned of the dastardly Selim Makriat and his foray into the skinning of human beings for the enjoyment of an outer-worldly aberration. The professor spoke of another venture into Turkey to thwart a cult's barbaric plans with repulsive headwear and a connection with the deadly Brothers of the Skin. Meanwhile, Eldritch and Clay sweet-talked an ancient book from the possession of the good doctor under the auspices of hiding it away where no hands may be laid upon it. You know that curiosity always kills the cat. Nevertheless, Mr. Gore delved deeply into its pages and has begun to unravel the mystery of the blood-red fez and the magics contained within. With only a few weeks of study, he may either be driven mad by the knowledge or become a fez man himself. Later that evening, our heroes attend a lavish dinner with tantalizing lecture of the paranormal, given by our very own professor himself. Smith proclaimed his desire for the scientific community to delve deeply into the study of hauntings. I'm spitting all over myself. And their cases and their causes, as his evidence has made their existence irrefutable. However, the keen eye of Jimmy spotted a single mustachioed man spying them from across the room. Jimmy promptly gave chase and caught up with the man. Today is January 3rd, 1923, and Jimmy Summers stands face to face with Mehmet Makriat. Has Jimmy finally stepped in it? What will our heroes do now that they know the threat of the skin has not ended with the slaying of 2 stewards and an aristocratic strumpet? What lies in store for the good professor? let's find out on tonight's edition of Horror on the Orient Express.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know what? I want to do? This is a little sidebar. If we ever get an intro, I think what I want to do is just read those out before the intro. I'll record them and then we'll put them before the intro, and then the intro will play after that.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Can you use a little RKO radio kind of the Dateline?
Yes, I love it. To Brian C.
Are we ever going to get an intro?
You know what? I need to talk to Rudai and, probably our very own Sevvy about that. But thank you to Brian Z, who says, Sevvy, Rudai wanted me to bribe you to make sure he doesn't get his bot access back. Also, Eureka point.
Thank you, Brian. All right, I'm gonna swoosh us. We're swooshing.
He's trying to murder me right now.
Oh, look at the kitty!
Go that way.
The kitty's so cute.
Is she an aristocratic strumpet?
Yes.
Playing with words.
Oh my god, what have you done, Jeff?
Your voice is now a little deeper.
All
Just
right.
a little.
I've been
So,
reading that damn book too long.
when last we left off, you all were sitting at the table with the good Dr. Smith, and Jimmy just all of a sudden bolts up from the table and goes after, somebody goes after something. You're not really sure. He didn't say anything.
Oh my god, Nomi also has a kitty. Look at that.
Oh, kidding.
Oh, it's so tiny.
No, little baby cat.
Oh my god. And he just
Muted.
meowed
Okay.
and it was muted. We just missed the meow.
No, okay. So I don't know if anyone follows me on Twitter, but a few weeks back, I was going to work at the bar. I was starting my shift, and then I heard the cry that any girl would understand that cry, and it was multiple kittens. So I found a box full of kittens inside the trash can,
What?
Oh, no.
and inside the garbage can. So
Oh, no.
he's one of them.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Eureka point to you for rescuing a kitty.
Oh,
Bunch
thanks.
of kitties.
Yeah, so I rescued 4. The 3 got adopted, and I only have him left.
Oh, what's his name?
This is Biscuits.
Oh,
Biscuits is
does he make
I
biscuits?
love it.
Biscuits, no. Biscuits is getting socialized and likes to purr now and hang out. He likes to be social with me now. So yes, this is
Who
Biscuit.
would do? Man, people are trash.
Yes, it was
Yeah, no
pretty
kidding.
bad. I was kind of late for my shift, but my boss understood. He's like, no, and I understood. So I was a little stinky, but it's okay. I saved 4 lives.
Yeah, you went dumpster diving for kittens. I would understand.
Yes.
I approve. Wow.
Yes.
You got little meows. Oh,
Yeah, so she's probably ready. But I am ready to play more Call of Cthulhu.
All right. So,
no.
I think at that point, seeing Jimmy walk away from the table, I'll look to the group and I'll say, should we follow him around? I know that Clay is in the back making sure the professor is safe, but should we be worried about Jimmy?
Yes.
Okay, so I get up and I ask India and I ask Eldritch if he wants to come.
Now I think the professor was. I thought he was done and we were eating because he came to the table.
Oh, that's
Correct.
right. You're right. It was
Yeah,
so,
I
so
think
you're
we're
back
all-
there.
Yeah, so Clay is at the table and I think the professor's here too.
yeah, Professor is sitting there at the table with you.
We're
So,
all there.
Just,
so the
where on
question
earth did
is,
he go?
so the question is, who wants to go after Jimmy? I'm fine staying with the professor if you guys, so the professor doesn't feel like we all abandoned him.
I'll go save Jimmy because I know he's very vulnerable right now.
Eldridge?
Oh, that
Eldridge?
silly son of a bitch will be fine.
All right, Clay will go with India then and leave these 2 to guard the table and the bread and the professor.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. So I would say since the place is a little bit crowded, I would say just a regular spot hidden check to see if you can find where he went.
Oh,
He wants to be held. I think you need to
yeah, he
hold
wants you to
him.
hold him.
Oh yeah. All right, so spot hidden to see if we figure out where he went.
Yeah, I mean, I have no doubt that you'll succeed unless you fumble.
Oh, baby kitty.
Yeah.
Need some milks.
I think he's hungry, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Do you want to
so,
go feed him? Do you want to roll and go feed him? Or
Yes.
spot hidden?
Give me a second. Let me get a spot hidden.
Spot kidding.
Oh my god. Yeah, if you guys have not seen it, Fantastic Sarcastic just made the most fabulous short of Erudai going woof, 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 woof. See, I'm seeing it differently when he's trying to say wolf. You guys have to check it out because it's
woof,
insane.
Woof, woof, woof. It sounds exactly the same. I'm sorry,
Wrong.
Erudai.
It sounds exactly the same. Wrong.
It sounds exactly the same when he says it.
That's what I
Well,
mean.
in his
Wrong.
head. In his head. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I rolled a hard success.
Very good, very good.
Okay, I'll be right back, kids.
All right, so
Success is like a hard taco meat.
I'll wait. Well, I might wait till she gets back, but I'll say Clay and India get up from the table to chase after Jimmy. What are the rest of you doing? You just gonna sit there and hang out?
I'm looking around for anything mysterious, anybody that might be poised to shoot at us. I'm assuming I have my handy dandy gun with me. I'm not the Tommy gun, because the Tommy gun would have been too big.
Oh yeah.
To
Where would you
to
put
do.
it?
The gun.
The Tommy gun. No, yeah,
Oh
I
no,
understand.
yeah,
You
no,
probably
the
don't have
Tommy
it.
gun I wouldn't be able to. I just
Yeah.
would not be able to. The gun is just strapped to my back.
Okay.
And I'm just looking around, seeing for anybody that might be suspicious. Like we're looking intensely at the party, looking intensely at the professor, particularly for people that might be close to points where they can easily escape or they have a clear shot. Might be like from a higher vantage point or by the doors.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me another spot hidden roll.
Nice.
Turn the sound effects up here. All right, so hard success. So looking around, you don't see anyone suspicious like eyeing you down. You do see that there is an upper balcony, which could be a good vantage point, and there are some people kind of milling about up there. There's a few people. There's actually a younger couple who's dressed in nice fineries, the woman wearing very nice jewelry. They're kind of leaned up against the banister on the balcony, just kind of talking to each other very close. But everybody kind of seems to be going about their own thing.
Good sir, I should like to do a spot hidden roll to find the waitress with the dinner rolls.
Ah, yes. Go ahead and give me another spot hidden roll then.
Holy shit.
Hard to see the help.
Wow. 100.
You stand up to try to spy a waitress with some dinner rolls, and as you do, you trip over your own shoelaces and fall face first onto the carpet. You don't take any damage because it's nice and soft, but you do look like a fool.
I fell on a dinner roll.
Give me a luck roll.
1 second, sir. 1 second.
He's just going to be laying on the floor
like that
eating them
idea.
now like a Roman. Just, this is fine.
Ah, extreme success. Yeah, you did land on a dinner roll. It is flat,
Yes.
and you got some melted butter on your shirt, but you've got a dinner roll.
Perfect. Never trust the
All right.
help, folks.
So with that, I'll just go ahead and go back to Clay and India, and you can catch India up when she comes back. So you all make your way up to Jimmy, and basically you spy Jimmy across the room just as somebody who he's talking to gets into a cab.
Okay, but he's still here. He's not getting in the cab or going with
He's-
him.
No, in fact, he turns around and looks right at you and just goes,
Okay, gonna hurry over to him just in case. Hopefully
And then
he's not.
1920s van pulls up and
Yeah. Hopefully he hasn't forgotten everything. And just
oh, yeah.
go up to him and just look at him, look at the person who's leaving, and just say, "What the hell were you thinking?"
Oh, boy, Mr. York, I don't know. I don't know what I was doing over there. But that man over there, he was pretty nice.
Oh, right. Who was he?
You know, Mr. York, I don't seem to remember his name.
Oh boy.
Just narrow his eyes and just look at him and
Oh
say,
shit!
if you'd been one of...
He didn't even get a Constitution saving roll or Fortitude or whatever it is roll to see if he can withstand the magic.
You don't know what he got.
He's Jimmy, I don't know.
That's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing a GM rolls behind the scenes.
So Clay just says to him, if you'd been one of my boys, I would have whipped you. What an idiotic thing to do.
Technically,
Mr. York, I guess it's a good thing I want one of your boys then, huh?
I might make an exception and just grab by the shoulder and get back in here and just look around.
You know,
sure
to
thing,
be
Mr.
honest,
York.
I think that answer would have been, I wish I was one of your boys, Mr. York.
I think he's realizing that hanging around with Clay is not everything he was hoping it would be.
Yeah.
Golly gee, I wish I was one of your boys, Mr. York. Can I be? That's exactly
Over
what
the
I
trench
would've-
wall.
That's what
charge.
Jimmy would have said.
That's
There you
exactly
go.
what he would have said.
So you guys make your way back to the table?
Yeah, just making sure that Jimmy's in front of us and trying to just making sure that Indy is not trying to slap him as well.
Oh.
Because, you know.
Can't make any promises.
Well.
As back to the table, Jimmy sits down and he leans up close to Eldritch and he tries to whisper. Says, "Boy, Mr. G, Mr. York isn't as nice as I thought he'd be."
Oh, why do you say that, boy?
Is he rolling stealth for this and we're rolling listen?
Can we hear this, or is it not hard to hear?
I'll tell you what, yeah, we'll have him roll stealth for it.
All right, so we would need to make a listen roll if he does well on his stealth.
Yeah, it'd be an opposed roll.
He's
So,
not going to
let's
do well
see.
on his stealth.
No, he's not. His stealth is
Holy
look at
shit.
Wow.
that.
And I failed. I was like, the what now?
Well,
I got an
Camellia,
extreme
yeah.
success.
She's got
Boom!
good
You hear very clearly what Jimmy says.
Clay is just taking a bite of steak and looking at them.
I'll ask Clay. So, did you find him okay, or what really happened?
Wait. You never told me.
Never told you what, Mr. G?
I asked you, what did he do? Because you said he was so mean. Or not so nice.
Oh.
They were listening to what you were going to say. You didn't say nothing.
You didn't hear it either, evidently.
Apparently not.
Apparently, I was. Oh well, Mr. G, Mr. York, he just manhandles me, grabs you by the shoulder, and just threatens you and says, "Oh, it's a good thing you weren't one of my boys."
Jimmy,
Almost with a negative connotation, sir.
Jimmy, my boy, let me ask you something. Did you do something stupid?
Well, boy, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, well,
I don't think so. I just talked to a nice man outside.
what nice man?
Oh, it was a nice man. He got into a cab and he drove away.
Yes, what nice man?
You know, I don't seem to remember what he said his name was.
Oh, dear Lord. He got the evil eye, didn't he? He'll look on over at Clay and Camellia.
I'm
Look at
nodding.
Camellia and just say,
Well,
we went over there and he was talking to some person in a cab.
And conveniently not remembering the entire conversation or who he's talking to. Yeah.
Just kind of look at India
oh, wait,
conveniently.
boy, he sure had a nice mustache, though. I'll tell you that.
Well, did he offer to give you a mustache ride, Jimmy?
I don't know what that means, Mr. G.
Well, that's probably a good thing, you fool. What are we going to do with you, Jimmy?
I think we don't let him walk around without supervision.
I mean, if you want to supervise a boy, you're more than welcome to. He'll get himself into all sorts of trouble.
I can see that. I feel so bad for you, Eldritch. I have no idea you were putting up with this type of behavior or competence.
The boy is a handful, that's for sure.
Does this mean I'm gonna have to give him bullets for the gun that he took?
You know, he probably doesn't even have bullets for the gun he took. Let's be
None of them
honest.
are loaded. He doesn't store them loaded, so whatever Jimmy took, unless he just took the gun now.
From what I remember, he just took the gun. He never asked for bullets.
Because he asked Helmino what gun, and I'm like, he didn't ask about ammo. Okay. This gun doesn't work, sir.
I mean, it's probably for the best that he doesn't have the ammo. It's what I was meaning to say.
He'll probably fumble and then hit one of us instead.
He might hurt himself or
So
something.
we're gonna have to Barney fife him. Give him one bullet to keep in his pocket.
Why don't you give me a psychology roll?
Ooh,
India. You're muted.
Mutia.
Dang it! Okay, sorry, I'm coming.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Good job.
So-
I was muted.
You look at Jimmy and you see that the look on his face, clear, almost dumbfounded, almost as if perhaps he's under some sort of spell.
Okay.
I mean, doesn't he always look dumbfounded?
Well, he hangs out
Perhaps
with you.
But you would seem to recognize this as something similar, which was done to you.
Yes, I do recognize this. Seems like he seems disoriented, just as I was. Jimmy, do you know what today's date is?
Well, boy, Miss Maria, I think today's the 3rd, but I don't know. I've never been good with calendars.
Well, you know what they say, dum-dums of a feather.
Ignore him, Jimmy. And how long has it been since we've gotten off the ship?
Let's see. We got here on New Year's Day, ma'am, and well, it's rightly been about 2 days.
Okay. And I raise my concern a little bit more, and I don't want to talk to Eldridge because reasons. He'll just throw it back at my face.
I don't want you hurting my brain with your nonsense anyway.
And Camila's not near me, right?
I would have been
You're
sitting by
all
you.
at the same table.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would have been sitting next to you.
Okay.
And Clay.
Camila, Kelly, I think Jimmy is having the same forgetful spell that I was under not that long ago, and I see the same things too, and he seems disoriented, just as I was. Do you feel that Jimmy's a little off?
Yes.
More than normal, yes.
More than usual.
Yeah.
Clay's just
I
gonna
mean,
take a bite of steak and kind of point his knife over at him and just like,
Okay.
can you count to 10? And just go back to eating, seeing if Jimmy can do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Are we counting?
I thought that was.
Nice.
Are you speaking French? I thought you were
Yeah.
Italian.
I don't know Italian.
Uno, dos, tres, cuarto, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10.
H-E, son G.
Oh boy, Miss India, it sounds real pretty when you speak it.
Pues gracias, Jimito.
De nada.
I think the answer is no, Jimmy cannot count to 10. Yes, he is under a spell. I agree. And there's nothing we can do about it. I wonder, Eldritch.
The only spell I'm under is that of Miss India.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, he's gonna
boy.
get slapped. He's gonna get
Mr.
slapped.
G, Mr. G, can I have some more champagne?
Jimmy, I
No.
think that's quite enough that you've had. I think you need to take it down a couple of notches.
Eldritch, I have a
Anything you
question.
say.
You're the one who is more well versed in spells, and maybe Professor Smith, you might know this as well. Is there a way to I don't know, nullify the effects of the spell that controls your mind?
None that I know of. What about you, old boy?
Let me see. Let me get this pulled up real quick.
I mean, I'd like to make an occult roll if possible.
Yes, absolutely make an occult roll, and that's exactly what Professor Smith is going to do.
And I will use one of my whatchamacallit thingies to do so I don't fuck it up too bad.
As will Mr. Smith.
Unless I fuck it up too bad.
Doing the same thing, but I have no chance of succeeding. Well, I have a very slim chance of succeeding, but I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah,
Oh,
Professor Smith does not know.
Oh, nope.
I want to do it too, just in case. So, what are we rolling?
Occult.
Cult. Clay is a whole 5%.
My occult is a 5. I'm gonna use Eureka points.
Actually, should I have rolled an occult or a Cthulhu method?
Probably an occult.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Fucking God! Shut up! I a 6.
Woo! Maybe you're
What
going
did I
to get to
miss?
increase that.
What did I miss?
I just rolled a occult and I got a -6.
Oh.
Why do you sound so surprised? Like you don't know how you roll.
It's just baffling to me. I'm just so shocked.
A forgetfulness spell, and she forgets that she rolls so well until the next time she does it.
Aw, Kitty's
Why are you so angry?
Angry kitty.
Why are you so angry? All right.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Jesus.
Grumpity.
You really
So-
don't want to be held tonight, Jeffrey.
Camellia, I'm curious. Obviously, you know something about this, but
What's wrong with her?
how might Camellia know something about this?
I did go to the museum to do like library use with Eldritch, and then also when we were Professor Smith, I was looking around through the books as well.
Okay.
So it might be because like I started to get interested in reading books and going with them every time they were reading.
Okay.
What?
All right. So you kind of harken back to a passage which you had read about some certain magical practice which may cloud a victim's memory, and it seems as though, based on what you're reading, sometimes a traumatic event can actually jumpstart the memory and bring back what was forgotten.
I smacked the shit out of him.
You want? Go ahead. Oh God.
I
You
will-
can roll
I
a
will-
fighting brawl roll if you want.
I will tell that to the group, by the way.
Son of a bitch.
But you didn't say violence would do it.
It says traumatic event.
Right.
You know what would be traumatic?
Trauma.
Clay.
India.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think India slapping him, embarrassment, maybe getting some of that special juice.
Oh, I was thinking of something a little more forward than that, but okay.
I'm not.
Hey, Miss India, what are you talking about?
Oh, God.
I don't know, just kind of like put my arms around him, run my fingers through his hair, tell him sweet nothings in his ear. Let's see where that goes.
Oh boy, Miss India, excuse me, I'm gonna have to go to the restroom.
Okay.
And he
But
gets
don't-
up. And,
But
he gets up
actually,
and starts moving towards the bathroom.
Make him
Jimmy,
fall down. Make him fall down. Can
Yeah,
we
make him
spend a
fall down.
penny to make him fall down?
I extend my leg out for him to trip and fall.
Oh, geez.
Oh God. Okay. I tell you what. Why don't we have him?
Jimmy was not prepared for any of this. You're right, Corner Pub Gamer.
Oh, he just barely steps over your foot. He grazes it and stumbles a little bit, and then looks back at you, and his cheeks are just flush red.
Is this
Okay.
traumatic enough for him to recover his memory?
We'll see.
We might have to. I mean, I think that giving him the elixir of cocaine mixed with a bunch of other stuff might be super traumatic enough for him and not cause him a lot of pain because he'll be so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I love that he's going to be so embarrassed and not here at the same time. That's what happens when you don't show up.
At this point, Professor Smith, he kind of straightens his lapel out a little bit and says, quite exhausted. I've grown tired of mingling and fraternizing. I think I'll head back to the home. Gents and ladies, it was very good. Thank you so much for coming. And he
The
gestures
detectives
towards all of you.
leading you home? Are they guarding you, or are they only guarding you at the event?
I've been assured that they'll accompany you to my home.
All right.
And with that, he gets up and makes his way towards the exit.
Oh, Ormond, that's a great idea, but I think that might traumatize India too.
I think it would traumatize me.
That,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
no,
Trying to make you
I
jealous.
think I might die of cardiac arrest.
And the
I might
sanity
die of
loss.
the helpitis. Ugh.
I was gonna say the sanity loss for both of you. It'd just be, oh man.
All right. So with that, Professor Smith gets up. He leaves the gala, or the banquet, as it were. What do you all do?
Talk about imposing traumatic events into Jimmy.
Yeah, I thought we were trying to get old.
Yeah.
No, I'm
we-
trying to figure out how I can get that pedal to the metal.
I'm thinking we like have him without knowing. Like we take his like clothes off. Like we spill something, so he has to change, and then we take all his clothes off and hide them. Then he'll be really embarrassed when he has to go out, get out of the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
That seems pretty traumatic.
Or we could wait until we get back to my place, and I could just lay into him and try and dress him down and see if he, not in the way you're talking.
I love how you guys are doing all of this stuff to Jimmy all of a sudden when Chris is not here.
That's why you guys are not me.
That's what happens when you don't come. Bad things.
He's gonna wake up like in The Hangover on the roof on like a mattress, naked somewhere, like on Parliament,
In bed with
What
Mike
happened?
Tyson.
with a tiger.
With a tiger.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
so,
what laudanum's for.
are you all going to try to humiliate Jimmy here at the banquet, or are you all planning on something else?
Clay wants to do it
Camellia, my
Yes.
dear Camellia.
Oh,
How
dear.
about when he comes out of the restroom, trip him again, and I'll be right there in front of the doors, just waiting on him. And when he trips and falls, he tries to extend his hands out to
He
break his
grabs your
fall.
boobs.
He grabs my chest.
Yeah, I like it. Let's do that.
Let's go.
Yep.
Clay's just gonna sit back in his chair, look over at Eldridge, and say, "If I was about 20 years younger, I'd want to be part of this plan." But
Figures that's the first thing they think of.
All right.
We're
So
going
what
for
are you all,
non-lethal damage.
are
Yeah,
you all
well-
making your way over to the men's water closet?
Yep. But we want to make sure that like when he trips and this happens, there's like an audience, so people are there to see it, so he gets even more embarrassed.
I turn to Clay and go, have you ever noticed the first things that come to her mind are violence and sex?
not necessarily in that
The
order.
woman, not necessarily in that order, but the woman simply cannot control herself, Clay.
She's a young woman. It's an enlightened age. We have to live
Unenlightened, it seems.
our lives.
More like.
Otherwise, what's the point of holding back? You're going to die anyway. Do something while you're alive.
There are ways around it.
Oh, but before we do that, I'll ask Clay and Eldritch if they just want to make sure to follow the professor to make sure that he gets to the right car and he's not kidnapped or stuff.
Yeah, I want to actually follow him. I was going to follow him home, but I am... Oh, wait, you have your motorcycle, don't you? We could go in your motorcycle. Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
Because-
follow.
And I will let you guys know this. I forgot to point this out last time. When Clay drove the truck over, he is quite possibly the worst driver you've ever seen.
Oh,
he
God.
is so slow because he just is
Funny.
very careful. He doesn't go over anything. He's the worst driver possible.
He's the Kyle Zaber of drivers. I got you.
Yeah.
Black
got
eyes.
it.
It could be black eyes anywhere. You don't know. Yeah. So I think maybe we should leave the ladies to embarrassing and dealing with Jimmy and go and possibly follow the professor.
Yep.
Make sure he arrives home safely.
Yep.
Fine, let us
I'll grab your truck keys and wish
Let's
you
go
guys luck.
Let's
Okay.
go follow the old boy.
Just don't drive it very fast. And head off.
Okay.
Keep it under 12.
So Clay, are you gonna try to squeeze into that little sidecar?
He is going to try his best, and if he can't, he's going to just look at it a little bit like, maybe I need to drive the cycle.
No.
But I don't know. Can he fit in? He's a big guy.
It is.
It's a full-size sidecar.
What? I'd say you'd probably fit in, but your knees are basically up in your chest.
Okay, so incredibly uncomfortable. So like normal airline seating. Got it.
So
Perfect.
it's a hilarious sight, is what you're saying. An old man driving a bigger old man.
Yep.
Big man in a little sidecar. Chris Farley written all over it.
All right. So you all
Strap in, old boy.
make your way to the to your motorcycle, and you watch as you do. You're able to see the professor and Beddoes get into his vehicle. It's actually a what kind of vehicle is it? It's like
A
it's an old.
Bentley.
Yeah, it's an old Bentley, and very long and boat-like. But you are able to watch him get in, and you see that there are a few other individuals surrounding him, probably guarding him. By the way, Erudai for $20 says, for Sevvy, take a Eureka point and use it for something nefarious and fun. I absolutely encourage you to be evil in Moss's game. Why would you do that?
Simperudai. Hard at work.
Now,
Thank you, Rudai.
basically what they do in my games is they try to get players who are not here to grab boobs. So anyway, so you all watch as he gets into his car and his escort gets into another car, and they both take off. And you follow. Are you trying to keep kind of a close, low profile? Are you trying to stay pretty close? What are your thoughts?
We'll hang back a little bit, as long as we don't lose sight of him.
Okay. So you watch as you ride along, and by the time you get outside of London, heading towards St. John's Wood, which is his home, as you remember, they begin to pick up speed because they're not actually in the quote-unquote metropolitan area. So what I will have you do...
Oh, shit.
You're actually getting a little bit of crossroad traffic here. So go ahead and give me a drive auto roll, if you would,
Fuck you,
to
Moss.
try and keep up with them.
I'm spending a Eureka point for this.
Don't kill us. Why are you driving so fast? This is a hill.
Yeah,
Use
we're dead.
brakes.
I'm not going to go so far as to say that you slam into the back of a semi-truck and lose both your heads, but what I will say is that it seems as though in the darkness, with the high speeds and all the other traffic on the roads, as well as, horse carriages and everything, you actually lose track of the two vehicles as you're going down the highway. Now, luckily, you remember...
We know where we're going, though.
You know where you're going, but you lose track of the two vehicles. So, Camellia and India. So you all are setting up outside of the men's water closet, trying to coax Jimmy into tripping over and grabbing some boobs?
Yep.
Yep,
Okay, but you're wanting an audience.
we do.
Okay, so how would you go about gathering an audience around the men's water closet?
Talking to people,
Let's just
obviously.
say ankles. Show the ankles.
I mean,
Considering that it's the 1920s, the ankles are already showing anyway.
Yeah, true.
Maybe just pull down my dress a little bit lower than usually is hanging up there.
Okay.
And then I'll make like a false thing and be like, hey, so someone ordered a round of drinks. Everybody gather around. And I just say some random name of someone that's there that has a tab open. And the drinks go on that tab.
Now Ruda's going to send you one.
Yeah, okay. I tell you what, go ahead and give me an appearance roll. And Sevvy, sir, they're helping. You can roll for a bonus die if you want.
I don't have appearance. I have appraise.
It's
it's on your main
appearance
page.
is one of your main.
Oh,
it's one of
okay.
your main traits.
Oh, can I roll appearance as well to help her out?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll spend an Eureka point for that.
Man, everybody's succeeding tonight but me.
All right.
Ooh, we just
right,
sent a
very
Eureka
good.
point, I think, to Nomi. Let's make
That's
this
what I'm
work!
thinking, yeah. Hell yeah.
Thanks, Moo.
Nice.
All right, so as you're doing that, you see some waiters come around. They have flutes of champagne and they start handing them out. And you do have a bit of a crowd gathering behind you. Now, you actually see the doorknob to the men's room begin to twist a little bit.
I thought you were calling Jimmy a doorknob, and I was like,
Yeah, everybody gets
doorknob. Turn. I was like, oh.
So what are you doing then? You're sticking Camellia? You're sticking your foot out?
No, I'm waiting to see if it's actually Jimmy. I don't know if it's Jimmy. I'm gonna wait to see.
And then while Camellia's on the lookout to see if it's Jimmy or not, I'm just in the center of the room, just getting people like excited that we got a round of champagne. And then when Camellia sees Jimmy, she will guide him towards me so he can take the fall. Does that sound like a plan, Camellia?
We are learning so much about the female psyche in this session.
Yeah, no kidding.
Amazing. I'm taking notes. Wait, I should be taking notes.
We're manipulative in situation.
Wait, I should be taking notes.
Sir, if you haven't learned all this by now, you're far behind.
Okay.
This is new territory for me.
You stand next to the door, and as it opens, you do see that a Jimmy with his face about as wet as can be, who looks like he's been splashing water all over his face to try and cool down a little bit, steps out of the bathroom.
I trip him.
Right, so I tell you what, why don't we just do this? We'll do an opposed fighting brawl. Does that sound?
Poor Jimmy.
Shit, my fighting brawl is only a 30.
I have a strong fighting brawl.
It's better than Jimmy's.
Okay, I'm gonna use a bonus die and a Eureka point because I really want this to work. I'm really hoping it works. Don't fail me now!
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think you did.
Extreme success.
Hey, you're going to be able to improve your brawl.
Oh, yeah. He trips and he falls face first. Now, Camellia, I guess in order to get yourself in the correct position, to say, are you waiting there?
Hope you're getting a little stuttery there.
Or are you me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missing a few of your words there.
Yeah. Pretty sure she was standing there like this.
Audio only.
There we go.
We're going audio. All right, so Camellia, you're just standing there, chest out, waiting for the hands?
You mean Nomi? I mean, India.
Yeah, I mean, India Maria.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm a little confused. But
Sorry.
yeah, like I said, I adjust my dress ever so slightly low and then just turn around in shock and see that Jimmy's stumbling his way towards me. Like the bumbling fool that he is.
So I tell you what, give me a luck roll with a bonus die, considering Camelia's success in the fighting brawl roll.
Okay, and how do I do a luck or a bonus? Whatever.
So you see down at the bottom left hand corner where it says plus 1B.
Yes.
Go ahead and click on that, and then click on your luck roll.
Okay,
And
what? What is it, JT? What were you gonna say?
No, you go ahead. I'll say it afterwards.
What's the luck roll? Is that on my main?
Yes. So the second bar down, all the way over
On
to
the
the
right.
right.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And just like that, Jimmy creates the motorboat.
Whoa. What are the odds of that?
Success!
240. All right. So, Jimmy stumbles forward, and not only does his hands make contact, but he stumbles with such force that his face also makes contact.
And he
pulls
invents
himself away.
the motorboat.
Oh my God, Jimmy!
Man. Miss India, I'm so sorry. There was oh golly. Oh.
He's like, India, I'm sorry about what happened.
JT, I'm about to slap you right now.
Jimmy seems to not be wanting to move, so I'll like grab his hair from his hair and pull him off. And yeah, he's like, what are you thinking?
I'm sorry. Oh golly, Miss India, I'm so sorry. I tripped and fell, and I didn't mean to put my face in your oh golly.
Motorboat
Jimmy!
Cthulhu anime. You're right, Brian. See, it is Cthulhu anime.
It kind of is at this point. And at this point, Jimmy actually turns to try to run away. You let him go?
Christ.
Kick Chat is like, Jimmy is never, or Chris is never going to miss an episode again.
Oh my God, that is so insane. No, Jimmy, you need to apologize. I'll stop him. I'll try to stop him so he apologizes.
Oh, gosh, Miss India, I'm so sorry. What can I ever do to make it up to you?
Cthulhu.
What should I ask Jimmy to do for apologizing me to me or Camellia? What should I do?
Bring you drinks anytime you want them.
Okay, how about this, Jimmy? You just get me an unlimited supply of drinks at my will whenever I feel that I need to have it. I just give you that look, and once I give you that look, you know it's going down. Jimmy, I need the drinks.
Sure, Miss India. Is this one of those looks?
Yes, it's one of those looks, Jimmy. I have the look, and I'm going to slap you straight across the face if I don't have that drink in my hand in a minute.
Right away, Miss India. And he goes and fetches some more champagne for you.
Okay.
Do you think it worked?
I hope so. I see the flush of red in his cheeks. It looks like he might have gotten a little embarrassed from that little spiel that happened.
He got something out of it. I'm not sure if it's what you intended, but he got something out of it. An experience he'll never forget.
And then I did feel something near his leg. I don't know if it was like a roll of quarters or anything.
It's the 45.
It's stuff I don't. It might be the gun.
It's
okay, might be the gun. Oh,
45.
We've seen the endowment roll. He's packing. That was all Jimmy.
All right.
India now has a cabana boy. They said it's rearranged, but we learned the real reason they did all this. Who cares about his memory? India has a cabana boy.
Hello there. I am
Cabana boy. Free cabana boy.
Jimmy the Motorboat Summers.
But after Jimmy comes back and gets a drink, I think we'll be heading home.
that sounds like a plan to me.
All right. So Jimmy fetches the drink, and you guys head back to what? Clay's place?
Yeah, to Clay's place.
Sounds good. Clay and Eldritch.
Yes.
You all lose sight of the two-car caravan, and about this point, you begin to see St. John's Wood in the distance.
Yes.
However, there are no lights on.
Wait, we do see the cars? We don't see the cars there.
And he's talking about we see the place.
We see the place, but we didn't see the
There are
cars
lights
get
on.
there.
No.
Oh.
And we see no lights.
Well, that's not good.
No.
But I applaud you for driving carefully. That was very smart to avoid those carriages. Well, I guess, should we go past and look for them, or should we investigate? What do you want to do? You're driving.
You are the expert in this area, are you not? I'll take your word for it, sir. Whichever
Pull
one.
over, and we're getting out. He's already starting to try and get out of the damn contraption.
All right. We pull over and I guess get out. At the gate, I guess. Front gates.
Front area, yeah. You have
No.
No,
Go ahead.
you have the pistol on you, right? Still?
I do.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
Of course. With ammo.
Excellent. Yeah. Pull up and get out a pistol in the left hand and pull Matilda out in the right hand and start moving up towards the front door.
Gun in hand.
Okay, so you notice the cars are not.
What?
The two cars are not in the driveway.
Oh,
Driveway,
you,
okay.
you cut out the whole thing.
Yep. So I guess, yeah, we'll go up to the front door, see if it's locked or not. Because now, was Beddoes at the
He was there. Beddoes was there. He left with Beddoes.
Okay, so Beddoes should have been in the car with him, so he wouldn't be at the house either. Okay.
No, he's with Beddoes.
Yeah, just check the door, and if it is locked, I guess we're going to have to go back to the motorcycle and see if we can find them, see if they pulled off on a side road. We're going to have to start doing a little grid pattern search here for him.
Okay.
I don't like this music.
So you the door and it's unlocked.
It is.
But there's no cars there. Right?
Correct. Smooth says I'm still cutting out a lot. Is that the case?
Yeah, you, occasionally, yeah. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not.
You absolutely suck.
Well, then what Clay is going to do is switch to having his pistol in his right hand, and he's going to pull the torch out of his other pocket, because it's the only other thing he's carrying. Well, he's carrying his lighter in his pipe, but his torch and the gun and the knife, and flick that thing on.
Okay.
Because he doesn't want to turn on the lights
And-
necessarily. He's just going to kind of shine it low and look and see.
Okay. Just shining the light. As I said, there are no main lights on. Actually, quite dark inside. But there's nothing necessarily ordinary, just at first glance.
Okay.
Are you looking?
Basically looking to see if it looks like anything has been disturbed since we were here, and if not, like nothing is knocked over, nothing is broken. He's just doing a quick sweep to make sure everything's where it's supposed to be.
I'm gonna look for a spot hidden, sir, to see if I see anybody in the shadows or hiding or any of these things, sir.
Okay. Yeah, both of you go ahead and give me a spot in.
All right, I got a 3, so extreme success.
Beautiful. I got a heart success.
Okay. So both of you actually notice that, well, I guess there's nothing really out of the ordinary. Everything looks to be in place. You don't notice Eldritch. In this room, you don't notice anybody hiding in the shadow around. I mean, this is which has the two cases leading up. You stand going off in either direction, but here in the foyer, everything's normal.
Hey, Moss, you are cutting up really bad, my guy.
What she said.
Yep. I figured out what you said, but yeah.
Yeah, we kind of we see nothing.
To turn back
I don't know if there's. I don't think there's really anything else that I can do to
I
reduce my
can hear you.
bandwidth.
I can hear you okay now, so you're
Yeah,
good.
it's when you don't say something important, you sound fine, but whenever you try and tell us something, you're shit.
only tell us something
So
banal.
So whenever you do tell us something important, say it like you don't mean it.
Okay.
Well, you think it's intent-based internet? Got it.
Could be.
Yeah.
Turn to Eldridge and just say, it doesn't look like anybody's been here, so I think we
Yes,
need to
but
go
why
find him
is
on
the
the road.
door unlocked? Something is amiss.
Doesn't he always leave it unlocked?
Who would leave that door unlocked?
British?
I suppose they would.
I don't know. Is that a habit that he's in? I've never really. I wonder if
You can give me
Clayton's ever
give
noticed.
me an idea roll.
All right, try an idea roll. 50, so regular success.
Moss, wouldn't I as a Brit know?
I mean, it wouldn't really have a whole lot to do with custom or anything, but yeah, you can give me an idea roll as well if you want.
I mean, by idea, you mean intelligence, correct?
Ah,
Wow, I am not good tonight. I have no clue.
okay, well,
I would leave my door open. It's foolish.
so Clay,
Yeah.
you noticed, or well, you don't notice, but you would surmise that given the amount of valuable inventory that Dr. Julius has, more than likely either he or Beddoes would insist on keeping the doors locked.
Okay. He's going to look down at that pocket where you had the book. I don't know if you still have the book with you.
Oh, the book is with me.
And just look and say, I don't think he would leave this open. Let's look. And at that point, he's going to just throw pretense to the wind. He's going to put the torch out, take his pistol back in his left hand, Matilda in his right, and just flick on the light.
Okay, you flick on the light. The room erupts in a bright, warm light. You can see the beautiful Oriental rugs in their golden trim, and the chandeliers light up in crystal yellow light, and everything is oddly quiet.
Why oddly? I mean, if there's no cars there, what noise would there be?
Because normally, I suppose, when we're here, it's full of all the noises that Beddoes makes all the time. No. The help, you know.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, would there normally be help, or like, why? What do you mean by oddly quiet?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it just strikes you as
Okay, we get a feeling. I gotcha.
yeah.
Now, Eldridge, one thing I wanted to say that I thought might be happening, and it's why I'm glad we were with the professor, is that if they're looking for what you're carrying, if that book is that important to them, which is why I wanted it in your hands, they may have already come in here and looked to try and get it. In fact, he's going to turn around and look at the door. Does the door look like it was actually unlocked, or has it been, well, for lack of a better word, jimmied?
Just looking at it, it looks normal. But if you want to give me a locksmithing roll, you can definitely do that.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
do it
he's
too.
an
It's a good
expert
idea.
at locksmithing.
Me too. I got a whole 1. Let's see if I can do it.
Oh, wait, he failed.
If I got 100, I can get a 1, right? Ah, fuck off.
You can get a 91. Yeah, it's at this point. I mean, it's tough to tell. I mean, you can tell it wasn't forced entry,
Okay.
but
Well, let's spread out and just look really quickly. We should get back either on the road or get back to my place, because I'm worried that they may have been trying to divide and conquer.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Just let's quickly do a look through. He's just going to start doing a quick, look with the flashlight. Turn the light back off and just kind of do a quick recon through the first floor rooms.
okay.
And then if Eldridge wants to wait in the foyer, he can do a quick tour of the upstairs rooms, just really fast, like no more than a minute or so on each floor, and just get the heck out of there.
Yeah, I got my back to the wall and gun in hand. I'm not going nowhere.
So I tell you what, go ahead and give me a. Both of you, go ahead and give me a spot hidden roll at with a penalty die.
Penalty die? God damn it.
Yeah, since you're rushing it.
How do you do a penalty? Well, I'm not rushing shit. I'm standing there waiting.
It's the +1P. I'm going to use a point really quickly as well, so I'll have the penalty die, but I'll use the Eureka point. All right.
Yeah, I don't see shit. I never fail spot hidden. That's twice in one game. What the fuck?
You're preoccupied. All right, so hard success.
Hard success. Okay. Clay, you make a quick roundabout of the lower floor. Again, everything seems normal.
Okay.
And Eldritch, I mean, basically, you do the same. You do a quick roundabout of the upper floor, and you don't catch anything out of place.
Time to go.
All right, get the motorcycle warmed up. I'll do a quick circuit of the upstairs. And I'll
We
be
just
right
did
with you.
upstairs.
I think we did the first floor, didn't we?
He said upstairs.
Yeah, isn't that what you said?
Oh, I thought we were doing both floors. Sorry.
Oh, Eldritch, I thought Eldritch said he was going to go upstairs. Did he not?
Nope. I said I wasn't moving.
Yep. He was basically.
Oh,
Clay
that was
was
back to
doing,
the wall. I see.
Yeah,
I see.
Clay was doing first floor, and then
Okay, never mind. Yeah.
he was going to do the second floor while he gets the motorcycle running.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me another spot hidden roll, Clay.
Same thing with the penalty die.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to use another.
Unless you're deciding to take your time this time.
Nope, he's still racing on through. He just wants to get in and out of here as fast as possible. He's going to use a Eureka point and a penalty die. See how he does here. He's still got a success, a regular success this time.
Regular success.
Point.
Okay. And by the way, via Streamlabs, Simp and Slytherin donated $150 to Sevvy, or at least I think it's to Sevvy.
Thank you.
Ooh.
What it
It just says to spend on whatever benefits you want.
oh, probably bonus die. I'll probably use it that way.
There you go. Okay, so a regular success.
Yeah.
All right. So, as you are making your way around the attic, you're walking down the hallway along the banister on the upper floor, and you notice that it looks like there's a rug which has been kind of kicked in. You see the bottom of it; it's kind of upturned. Next to it looks to be a broom closet door.
Gonna go over to that and flip it open quickly.
Okay,
He's
you flip it
hard
open.
charging. He's a Marine. He just goes forward and he does the thing.
Okay.
But Darth Dave said, always run away. I think he said, save yourself and leave JT behind.
You flip
It's
it
not
open.
Fortnite.
It's not Fortnite.
Oh man.
Anyway, I flip it open and what?
You flip it open and you don't see anything. It's empty.
Is that unusual? I don't know
In
what's
fact,
normally in
it
here.
looks like someone was in here, as you see footprints in the dirt.
Oh, did they lead anywhere out of there, or is it just showing me that somebody had been in there, like maybe hiding in the building or hiding in the room?
Potentially, yeah. It looks like based on what you're seeing, it doesn't look. The room is too small to really have footprints that lead somewhere.
Okay.
And the exterior floor, you can tell that Beddoes is a very particular man, and he keeps a good house, a nice house, clean house.
Mm-hmm.
But this broom closet, it looks like it's been neglected a little bit, and someone was in there. For what reason, you don't know, but you'd probably guess. Maybe if you wanted to give me an idea roll, but I mean, it's not too difficult to guess why somebody might be in a broom closet.
I'm pretty sure I know why. Regular success.
Yeah, I mean, you'd guess more than likely somebody was hiding in there.
Okay, which would account for the door being unlocked. All right, he's gonna look really quickly, shine down, put his foot next to it on the dirt, and check the size of the foot, just relatively. And
Are you just trying to take a mental note of it?
yeah, a mental note of it basically, and then he's gonna hot foot it downstairs, pull the door shut, and run out to Eldridge and say, "I didn't find anyone, but somebody had been hiding in the upstairs broom closet. So if they were inside, that's probably why it's unlocked. I think they searched the house, and it's a good thing that we didn't leave that book there because they may have found it. Who knows what else they found though."
Well, we better get the hell out of here.
So the question is, do we get back to the ladies and Jimmy, or do we try and find the professor?
Well, We should probably stash the book somewhere in the meanwhile.
All
just
right,
in case they get hold of us.
Back to my place then.
Well, I meant somewhere in the woods where they won't find it, and where we will come back to if we find them, and you know.
And this is where paranoid Clay just kind of looks around and is like, they could be watching us right now.
That's a good point. Let's go.
All right, so
Just
you hop
don't
back on the motorcycle and go ahead.
Drive like a madman. Just drive normally. Okay.
I always drive normally.
Oh God, we're going to die.
I've seen you drive your truck, sir.
I'm very, very.
Terrible.
I just like to be cautious.
Yes, on the other side of the road.
As you can tell,
apparently.
he's such a cautious person who charges into the middle of firefights and throws
Yeah.
Molotov cocktails at people.
Yeah, so you drive cautiously on the other side of the road. I get it. Let's go.
All right, so you all make your way back to the your place, Clay?
Yeah, that's hopefully that's where the professor is driving us. That's what he suggested, going back to Clay's place. Because that's, I think, where the ladies and Jimmy, embarrassed Jimmy, is going to be.
Okay. All right. So just fast forward. You all make it back to your place. You walk in on, Camellia, India, and a very red-faced Jimmy.
Oh, on our way back to Clay's house, so I will ask Jimmy to see if he remembers now the person that he had that he met outside, that he was talking to, the man with the mustache, if he remembers his name and what they talked about.
Okay. I tell you what. He will do another power roll to see if that shakes it off, and it does.
Oh, thank God.
He says, oh boy, Miss Camellia, it's coming back to me now. It was name is a weird sounding name there. Mehmet, Macriot. Say, Miss Camellia, wasn't that the same name as, or similar to the same name that the good professor was talking about? Macriot?
Yes, it is. It's the same name. What did he say? What did he want to know?
Oh boy. I remember he introduced himself, and then he just said that he was in town to see the professor. And then he put his hand on my shoulder, and I just kind of forgot.
He cast a spell on you.
Well, I suppose. I don't have any other explanation for it, Miss Camellia.
Did he mention why he wanted to see the professor?
Well, he said something about his research.
Oh God. Okay.
Maybe the professor was looking for something that he wants.
Okay. That he wants he being Mehmet, or?
Well, yeah.
Okay, that's not good. Oh, so I'm assuming at this time we arrive back to Clay's, and we go inside, look around to see if Clay and Eldritch are back yet.
We'll say you guys meet around the same time.
Okay. Oh, we got news. So it worked. Jimmy now remembers. Jimmy said he met a man called Mehmet Macriat. Same last name as the Professor Smith. He said that he was in town because he wanted to talk to Professor Smith about the research he was doing. Because something about the research that the professor was doing is something that he wanted for himself.
Just look at Eldridge. It's a good thing we took that book out of there. That somebody had been hiding in the professor's house.
Who
The door
is,
was unlocked, but we don't know where the professor is now. They didn't get to the house.
who is Mehmet Makriot? We know of Salim Makriot.
A relation,
No idea.
Are
obviously.
they the same person or are they related?
No idea.
He'd have to be a descendant, wouldn't he?
A descendant or brother? Who knows?
Or it could be the same person for all we know.
Check the interwebs. Wait, that has not been created yet. You'll learn about that later. Don't worry about it. Well, the professor was more than likely taken, and someone was skulking about at his house, hiding in the closet.
Oh god. We need to phone Scotland Yard immediately.
He just points over to the phone. It's right there.
Do you have anywhere here secure, sir?
What do you mean?
Hidden and secure.
Where do you think I keep the guns?
Well, put the book there and let us go and try and find where the professor might have deviated from his destination.
Okay.
Well, they put the book away. I'll phone Scotland Yard.
They might have been in on it. We don't know.
We don't know.
They did not help him get home, did they?
Or they were attacked.
Yeah. Scotland Yard attacked? Come on now. That's madness.
Well, they managed to do
If
something.
anything,
to
they were
Jimmy.
probably working together.
Oh, possible. But they did manage to do something to Jimmy. I mean, with his Scotland Yard next to Jimmy.
Well, it doesn't take much to do something to that simpleton, but my point is, we cannot trust Scotland Yard.
I agree.
But it is at least a starting point. They can give us information.
Right. And
Or
if
they
deny
could-
knowledge.
Use the information against us. If they're in on it. What part of they might be working together are you failing to grasp, ma'am?
It's true. You know, actually, now that you mention it, maybe that's why they dropped us off at the Whitechapel instead of Scotland Yard right after we got off the boat. Remember how we all thought that was weird?
Everything they do has been weird. I don't trust them. We need to go find the old man before something terrible befalls him.
And here I just thought it was the country.
Look what they did to this fool in moments. What could they have done to him in the time that we've not had him in our sights?
And Clay is just gonna run his finger across his neck.
Yeah. I don't know what we can do to save him. We don't even know where they are or where they took him.
No, but we know where he got off course and where he did not end up. So somewhere between there and his home is where they could have deviated to take him.
So, Moss, we have 2 days until the train leaves, or 3 days until the train leaves.
You have 3 days. It
3
leaves on the
days.
third. It leaves on the third day.
Okay, so we have until then to get across the channel into Paris and get on the train. Okay.
Or the train that goes
To the
across the
train.
channel, or the train that goes to the channel that leaves on the 6th. Right.
Oh,
Today's the
okay.
3rd.
So we basically still have
Train to the
lifetime.
train.
Okay, yep. And then we'll take I'm assuming a boat across the channel to France.
Train
and
to the
then
boat to the train.
Yeah, you'll take
train, boat,
basi-
train. Got it.
Yep, you'll take a boat to Calais.
Okay.
Well, are we going to look for him or what?
I'll go stash the book in the safe, the hidden safe.
Of course, we have to look for him.
Well, let's go.
Does anyone have anything else important they want put in the safe?
No, but I'm bringing my Tommy gun with me.
I don't think Jimmy will fit, but you can give it a go.
And after he comes back, and he'll say, if anything happens to me, if you need to get in the safe, ask Calvino. He'll show you where the numbers are and all the information and where the safe is.
He's a cat, man.
What?
He's a cat, isn't he?
He's a very smart cat.
He knows where but
He'll surprise you.
okay.
All right. So, Camellia, did you still want to phone the Scotland Yard, or did you just decide against
Not
that?
anymore. Not anymore. because now I'm starting to think it's really suspicious. Like, I thought they could give us some information anyway, but I really don't know. Chat needs me to have a flamethrower. How can we make this happen?
There was a
Well,
poll.
I mean, Sevvy has asked the GM for a flamethrower, but Camellia has not used her connections to get a flamethrower.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use my connections to get a flamethrower.
Okay.
Not right now. Probably tomorrow.
All right, so I'll tell you what we'll do. I will go ahead and share that, so that way you guys have another look at it.
Okay.
So what's the plan? What are you all planning on doing?
Where does asshole live?
He lives out of town.
Yeah, but where on the map?
Towards Hampstead, I think, or Camden? I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Professor Smith's home. Number 12, Hampstead.
Yep.
Okay, so somewhere between where we lost him and there is where we need to look, or at least
Correct.
begin to look.
Yeah.
So you were out at, if you look at the reference number 1, says Imperial Institute. That's over the western side of the map.
Mm-hmm. Where did we lose him?
So you would guess that you lost him somewhere around Claridge's hotel.
Oh, okay. So pretty good distance.
Yeah, good distance. So he could be fucking anywhere. Let's go to the Oriental Club.
And then we can make a circle back around. We can check his house one more time because it's possible that he went to go run errands or do something ridiculous at night in eel-infested waters, so to speak.
Or he knew something was wrong with the house and he went to the Oriental Club since that is his normal haunt.
Right. So, yeah, let's go there. Do we want to take the truck and the bike?
Let's just take the truck, shall we?
All right,
Sure.
that's fine. If you want to ride in the back of the truck, that's fine.
That's fine.
Jimmy, how are you feeling?
Oh boy, I'm just so ashamed of what happened back at that party there, Mr. York.
And just take the flask and smack it into his chest, like pushing him to take it and take a sip.
What?
Just a sip.
What did happen back at the party, boy?
I don't want to talk about it, Mr. G. And he takes a swig. Oh. Smooth.
Mm-hmm. You'll feel better in a little bit. You need to speak up for yourself. Not to me.
I'll lean over to Eldritch and I'll say, as he was leaving the bathroom, he tripped on his own shoes, landed face in to India Maria's breasts.
Oh, that poor boy.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Now, don't be jealous, Eldridge.
Yes, jealous. You've figured me out, woman. You're so astute. It hurts my brain sometimes.
Well, the heart does want what it wants.
I'm sure that Jimmy enjoyed every second of it.
It wants oxygen, is what it wants. Anything else is unnecessary.
How very romantic of you.
Yes, well.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Driving.
Oriental Club is where you're heading?
Yeah. Now, is anybody going to take the wheel or take control of the truck and drive instead of Clay? Because otherwise, he's just automatically getting in the driver's seat.
I'm also a 20, buddy. By the way, we both know where romance gets us, don't we, old boy?
We're all, I think, a 20. I'm a 20 in drive auto, but I can try to drive because of my dice rolls and see how it goes.
Yeah, if anyone has a good chance of doing it, it's
Yeah.
her.
Clay
I'll
is
drive.
interested. He's like, I've seen some amazing driving from the women in the ambulances and the front line, so I'm more than willing to let you try this. And he goes and he's going to sit in the back, though, because he does not fit except behind the driver's seat for the most part.
Okay.
So one of the boys can actually, Jimmy can have the front seat with the ladies.
Mr. York, I insist. Why don't you take the front seat?
I can't fit in there, boy. So either sit in the front seat or sit back here with the men.
Jimmy, get your ass in the front.
You have to face
Okay,
your fears
Mr.
at
G.
some point. You're a man now.
Besides, India
Damn
Maria,
right, Mr. York.
India Maria already forgave you.
You know, he
Okay.
paid you good money to make you a man, boy. You better thank him again.
But don't disrespect me like that again.
So before we do the driving acrobatics that will be required, Nomi needs to step out. Nomi, do you wanna tell chat where they can find you?
Yes, you guys can find me at Nomi Without You on Twix and on YouTube, Nomi Without You. You can always catch me here on Mondays with Moonskull, Midnight's Edge Espanol, making shorts for them. And then Thursdays, Dames and Dorks. And this Thursday, we have a special guest, and I hope you guys come through to watch that on Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Nomi. Appreciate it.
Yes, it has been a blast. I missed all of you guys, but I got to go. Actual brother came into town, so I need to get gone with him.
Very good. Very good.
All right. Good luck with the kitties.
Okay, thank you. Bye,
All
guys.
right, Nomi. All right. And then there were three.
Oh no, Agatha Christie. Chris Ant
That's
said,
one of my
"Don't let
favorite
Sevvy
books."
drive," in all caps.
That's one
She's
of
not
my
cooking.
favorite books, though.
This is rolling Sevvy, not actually driving Sevvy. We'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
That's true. That is true.
that is a very good book, by the way. Yes.
It is. It's one of my favorite books.
Okay, so you all make your way to the what was it? The Oriental Club.
Yep.
Okay. So you do see that while it is mostly unoccupied at this time of night, it's probably about 11 o'clock. There are still some people there.
Is the old boy there?
Give me a spot hidden check.
Oh, good. Maybe I'll make up for my shitty ones.
Now, can anybody go in there, or do you have to be a member?
You would have to be a member, and what's more, you have to be a man.
I got a normal success.
And I don't think Clay is.
A man?
I never
man?
talked about it. Well, he's pretty much a man. He's a 99. Pretty
Okay.
sure. But I don't know if he's a member of the club.
Okay.
He is a Freemason, if that matters.
Ooh. Ooh.
And the Loyal Order of Elves.
That is interesting. Maybe that'll come into play. Okay, so we got 2 regular successes. All right, so actually, you look around and you do see, you see that boat-like Bentley setting out front.
Huh? Well, his car's here.
Oh. Eldridge, I'm not going to doubt you as much.
I know the old boy. What can I say?
Oh my God, smooth side. So, Maz, what you're saying is you have to be a member with a member.
That is correct. Yes, a member with a member.
Oh, I hope this doesn't involve doors or anything. This is not Mort show, so yeah.
We're not weird. We're all good.
No, we're normal. So the question is, Eldridge, are you a member here?
I don't know, Moss. Can I be a member here?
I tell you what, give me a credit rating roll.
Oh, fuck off.
And I suppose, would that be the same thing for Clay?
I am
since he
most
doesn't have a home
certainly
here?
not a member here.
Yeah, go ahead and Clay can give me a credit rating roll as well.
All right, you almost said a member roll, didn't you?
Okay,
Give me a
but
member roll.
you use an Eureka point.
Yes, I will use the Eureka point and roll credit rating. Boom.
Excuse me.
Well, it didn't really matter if I did. So I guess, yeah, he is. But I suppose if he's a member, then can he get someone else in with him? Or a couple of someone's? Not the ladies, obviously.
You know that he might be able to convince whoever's in charge there or whoever's manning the main entrance to allow a guest.
Okay. He's not shy about, I shouldn't say bribing, but handing out a little bit of cash now and then. So yeah, he'll go up to the front doors and bring the boys with him and say, we'll just go back over to Chameleon and say, we'll check on him as quickly as possible. Honestly, if they come out and you see them, just, if you want to, start honking like crazy and we'll try and come back, or you could try and follow them. When we come out, we'll know that they're not here. We can meet up with you either at his house or my place later.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's, follow your nose.
One of us. One of us. Gobble, gobble.
So yeah, go up to the front door and try and get these boys in.
Okay. So you go up to the front door. I had, let me see here. Let me get this.
The only clubs that would have more are in Las Vegas. Yeah.
All right. So you come up to the door and you see a probably about mid-30s man. He's about 5'11", kind of stocky. You see he's got a club at his hip, and he's wearing a blazer and some very nice pants. He stops you and says, "Who goes there? Who's seeking entrance?"
Clay York.
He pulls out a clipboard with some notes on it and flips through a few pages. There you are. And who are these two?
My associates are looking to join, but we're also friends of Professor Smith, and we're here to meet him. Quick drink, quick discussion, and then leaving. And just hand him a little bit of money.
Oh. And how much are you handing him?
He's going to hand him $5.
He looks at it.
Veritable fortune.
Quickly stuffs it into his pocket. Welcome to the Oriental Club.
Just nod and, stand aside, let the guys go in first, and then kind of do a little salute over to Camellia just to let her know that we're heading in.
I tip my cap to the guy at the door. By cap, I mean my pith helmet.
Pith helmet. You look very adventure-y. You probably fit in right with all these people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you look around, and as you enter, you see this entire place is just framed in a kind of a darker stained wood. You see all kinds of taxidermy. You see lions, bears, elephants, all kinds of exotic animals lining the walls, both just the head trophies and full trophies as well. And you see that there are several doors, both on the left and the right, and going straight ahead of you, as well as a grand staircase that goes straight up.
There was a good point. Horror Host brought up a good point, because Clay has a lot of money transferred in different denominations. He probably did give him pounds.
So that would be like, oh man, have I not saved that yet?
£5.
What would it be, like £5? Oh, you do.
Yeah,
so not 20 pounds then. Okay.
No, not 20 pounds. 5 pounds. So I mean, it's what, 4-1, 5-1, whatever we figured out was.
It's about 5-1, a little under 5-1.
So he'll give him £5, which is still a good amount of money, but it's not like a fortune where he could go out and buy like a new suit or something.
Right. So you look around, and the place is relatively empty. You do hear a little bit of talking upstairs.
Oh, look, Jimmy, it's your Uncle Bob, pointing at some large stuffed animal.
Mr. G, that's not my... Oh, wait a minute.
I mean, the resemblance is uncanny, boy.
Whatever you say, Mr. G.
Wow.
So do you all head towards where you're hearing the talking coming from?
Head up the stairs to where we hear people, since it's probably the place where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so upstairs you see, well, it looks like a large sitting area with a very large hearth in the far wall.
And by hearth, you mean hearth.
Yes. A large hearth blazing hot in the far wall. It gives off a nice bright orange glow. You see a few Scotland Yard officers standing about, kind of keeping watch. And past them, you see, you see the professor and Beddoes both sitting in chairs next to the hearth.
Is there a stuffed wolf head over the hearth?
Sure, of course there is.
I was just wondering. Okay.
It's a very beautiful wolf too. Probably alpha wolf.
Alpha wolf is the best wolf. Let's go see the old man. See what the hell happened to him. led us on a merry chase and inform him of his visitors.
I'll let you take the lead on this.
All right. Walk up to Smith.
Oh, Eldritch, I'm surprised to see you here. What brings you?
Old
here?
boy, you led us on a merry chase. Are you feeling okay?
Oh, yes, I'm feeling quite fine. It's I wasn't ready to go home yet. That old house is so empty and cold sometimes.
Yes, well, we thought to follow you home, but we lost you, so we went to your home, and apparently the door was open and someone was hiding upstairs, and we got there after the fact. So you may not want to return there without the boys to protect you.
Oh, yes, of course. Someone hiding in. What could this be?
Well, Mr. York can explain it to you better. I did not actually see it for myself, but I'm sure what he says is accurate.
And look over at Benno's head.
By the way, I want to look at him and try and analyze his reaction to this, see what he's like feeling or whatever. What would I use? Hopefully psychology, not psychoanalysis, because I don't have any of that good shit. I'm gonna let me put a modifier on this bitch first, because I suck at it. Come on, get a good fucking roll tonight. Son of a whore. Nope, I don't see shit.
Yeah, he seems genuinely concerned at the thought that somebody else might be in his house. He looks over at Beddoes and says, "Beddoes, you locked up whenever we left, did you not?" Yes, sir. I locked up as I always do so.
Yes, well, it's no longer locked.
Clay will say, so what I discovered upstairs was part of the rug moved. It made me look at the upstairs broom closet, and everything else was very clean, but the broom closet was a bit dusty. And he's going to be using psychology to look at both of them, because he wants to see what Beddoes does to that, but also what the professor says to the next part. But there were footsteps and footprints in the dust in there, and someone had been waiting in there, which is why I think the door was unlocked. I think they may have been looking for something, and
well,
they didn't seem to have disturbed the place. Well, that's why I'm saying I think that's why the door was unlocked, is because they were inside and couldn't lock it when they left.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a psychology.
All right, we're going to use a point on this. That's a pretty good roll.
Yeah. I mean, you see genuine concern, and when you mention a dusty room, Beddoes gets a faint look of shame on his face. But it turns to a genuine look of concern and almost fear when you mention the footprints in there. And same goes for Professor Smith.
Oh, and another thing, there was a man named Mehmet. What the fuck's his last name again? Makariat, who put a forgetful charm or spell or whatever the hell it is on our dumb boy here and made him forget who he was at the event this evening. And he was interested in your work.
Makariat, you say?
Yes, but not Salim. It was Mehmet. Who do you know who that is?
I've heard of him. That was Salim's son. He was just a boy.
I would like to roll a psychology on that one too with a modifier, please. See his reaction to the Mehmet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Knowledge. Oh, I did good.
Yeah.
Extreme success, motherfucker! About time.
As soon as you mention the name, he gets a look of knowing across his face. He says, "Yes, he was the son of Salim Makariat, but a boy of, I believe, 9 or 10 years."
No, this was a man, sir. Or Jimmy should Jimmy saw the motherfucker.
Last I heard of him, he was 9 or 10 years ago. That was 30 years ago.
Oh, and wow.
Now here he is in London.
Looking for you.
Hey, Sevvy, did you see the message in chat? They wanted you to move the map window over a tiny bit because it was covering up the dice rolls.
Oh, I didn't realize they were looking at my thing.
No, they're looking at. Are they looking at yours?
They're looking at. They should be looking at Sevvy.
Yeah, looking at Sevvy's screen. It's just the map was barely covering.
Oh,
so it was.
Yep, I moved it.
Thank you. You rock.
So he says, "It's been 30 years since I've heard of him, and did he say anything about what he was after?"
Jimmy?
Well, not that I can remember, Mr. Smith. He just kind of said that he was here to talk to you. And at that, Julius, he gets a sour look on his face and says, he must be after the simulacrum.
But you don't have it.
No, of course I don't. Last I heard of it, it was scattered all over Europe, as I told you yesterday.
Just give him a very level look, kind of like, don't talk about the book. Don't talk about the book. But.
And as he stops and thinks for a second and says, well, what do you all plan to do for the evening? If you'd like, you can stay at my residence if it makes you feel better, although I do have the Scotland Yard here protecting me. I don't think any harm would befall me, but any additional company would be welcome.
I think we should head back to my place. We have some preparations to make.
I whispered to to Dr. Smith. And yes, I know it's Mr. Well, he's Dr. Smith to me. God damn it, I'm crazy. Are you sure you can trust these boys? Because if they can make this idiot forget who he is and do whatever, manipulate his brain, what's to say that one of these boys didn't receive the same treatment?
You bring up a good point. But they're the best I've got. And the Scotland Yard is England's best.
Yes, well, maybe we should stay with him. Clay. Safety in numbers and all that.
I suppose.
I mean, what are your hesitations?
He's just gonna kind of look. He'll glance down at your pocket, even though it's not there anymore.
I see your point. What's more important to you?
Very well. We'll stay at the professor's.
Maybe I'll stay at your place and you stay with the professor.
Calvino will keep you company.
All right. Well, Jimmy too.
As I said, Calvino will keep you company.
All right.
Poor Jimmy.
You can have him then.
Oh, I just meant poor Jimmy, as in Calvino's better company for you.
Oh, I know what you meant.
Because you treat him so interestingly. But then again, Jimmy enjoyed hanging out with Calvino too, so.
Yeah, Calvino likes Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose we should be at it then. I've haunted around this place long enough.
Well, then I guess you should expect some guests in a little while. We'll be over when we can.
I look forward to it.
Do be careful, old boy.
Of course. And with that, he stands up, and Beddoes follow suit, and they begin to make their way out. At which point, are you all doing anything? You just following him out?
Yeah, just head on out. Take a kind of a cursory look over all of the Scotland Yard guys. Do they all look pretty at ease, or do they look on edge? Since we mentioned the person who broke into the place.
Give me a psychology roll.
All right, I'm not going to add anything to this. We're full of it, or something like that. So regular success.
You can tell that there was a little bit of concern that crossed over some of their faces, but overall they seem relatively at ease.
Okay. So confident as much as they can be. All right, that's good. Yeah, I suppose when we get out to the truck, we will just tell Camellia and India that whoever wants to can stay over at the professor's house if we want to keep him safe. Clay is going to go, but I believe at least Eldritch is going back to Clay's place. I don't know if Jimmy is or not.
Well, Mr. York, I would really like to just stay in Pet Calvino for a while, but I wouldn't want to be a burden to Miss India. So wherever she goes, I'd be happy to go the opposite.
I just kind of glance at the front cab and say, well, I guess we're going to drop off whoever is staying at my place, and then we'll continue on with the truck to the professor's. And leave that up to, I guess, you to decide if India, which place India is going and which place Jimmy is going.
Okay. All right. So you all make your way back. I'll tell you what. Evens, India stays at Clay's house. How's that?
All right.
All right. India stays at Clay's house.
All right. Jimmy is with Clay, and then I guess when Sevvy gets back, she can decide where Camellia is going. And look, she's back.
I will go to Professor Smith's house.
All right. So it'll be Clay and Camellia and Jimmy going to Professor's house, and then India and the old man at Clay's house. That should be fun.
That would not happen. She
No,
would
I
totally
think-
go with Sevvy.
I think India would. Yeah, I think
she would totally go with
yeah.
Sevvy.
So you think Jimmy should then be with
Yeah, he would
the
come with
Professor
me.
and Calvino?
Yes. That's more likely what would happen. Besides, I would ask her if she's going to cook a sandwich or not, and she'd get violent, and I'd have to shoot her and miss.
I was just curious where that was going to all end up. I'm like, wow, that's going to be intriguing.
Well, we'll never know.
I'm looking for something. Don't mind me. So are you all heading back to Clay's place first?
Yeah, we're going to stop
he's dropping
there,
us
grab
off.
whatever we need, and then head out. Because, like, I'm assuming that Camellia and India were going to need some of their, like, evening preparations and clothes and whatnot. Clay is going to probably sleep in his suit, so.
Okay, sounds good. So you all get everything you need, unless there's something specific that you're wanting to grab before you head off. We can just kind of fast forward.
Clay is going to make a point of right before they leave, just going over to the weapon roll, unrolling it, taking out a loaded magazine with 7 rounds in it, and going over and giving that to Jimmy, and ejecting the mag that's in the auto that he has that's empty.
Oh,
And saying,
well,
there's more ammo in there if you need it.
I'm going to need you
boy.
to unlock the safe before you go as well, old boy.
Oh, by the way, what languages does the professor read?
Latin.
He's just saying Latin? Okay, good to know, because we could possibly do a little communicating in that if we need to for something.
Okay.
So he's not very good at it, but so yeah,
I'm
he'll
not
go
gonna
unlock the
do that
safe.
either.
He'll unlock the safe. He'll actually give you the combination to the safe as well. There is, because he's not really concerned about worldly things a whole lot. There is, if you go into the safe, you will find that there is the rest of the ammo, and that's where the roll of the weapons goes normally. So if you guys are done with it, we put the roll of weapons back in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's also about $1,000 worth of gold in there in small coins, because that's basically just his hard currency he keeps around, and a little bit of just hard cash, like there's 200 pounds in there in cash, in case it comes down to it.
Mm-hmm.
there's also a bunch of camping supplies and some other things in there, like a big smattering of anything you'd think you'd see in a backpack for somebody who's out in the woods. He's not paranoid. He's just a prepper before there ever any.
I don't have all that stuff either somewhere locked away in my home. Don't worry about it.
There you go.
You know, I'm minus the money and stuff.
Well, you know. All right.
You were the first prepper of your kind.
Exactly. There we go. Yeah, it's all Krugerrands.
All right. So, you all make your way to your respective destinations. And at this point, Beddoes, for those of you who are going to St. John's Wood, Beddoes welcomes you in and says, the professor has already gone to bed for the evening. Is there anything that I might be able to do for you before you turn in for the evening?
Ooh, you should question that fool.
Yeah, I want to say, yes, I want to ask you something up here, and just turn and start walking up the stairs ahead of him and go right to the closet and say, and just look at it and say, I know it's a bit embarrassing to find something dusty in the house, but when's the last time you used this closet?
This closet has been empty for some time. Honestly, I'd almost forgotten it was there.
I'm gonna roll psychology.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, you get the idea that if he had remembered that that was a closet that was still readily in use, he would have cleaned it.
And if you noticed anything out of place, anything missing anywhere in the house, because they were here, they were looking for something likely, and they left. So either they found it or they realized it wasn't here and they left.
Well, no, but as you can see, it's quite the sizable home. It's easy to have certain things get lost. But I haven't noticed anything other than this outside of. No, everything seems quite normal.
So he's gonna head down. Clay's just gonna nod and kind of walk past him, and then head down to the study and just start looking over the papers that we looked at the other day.
Yeah, me too.
Before bed, yeah.
I'm gonna
bring the ladies in.
Head to the study and roll a spot hidden, I'm assuming, to see if I can find anything that is missing. Like any books that I remember that are not there anymore, or things that are just moved weirdly.
Okay.
Like to see if they were able to grab something. Oh my god, I got a 36. That is funny. To see if there are books that were hastily put back in place. For example, that might give me a clue to what they were reading.
Okay. So you kind of look around through the study, and with let's see, what is that? That's a hard success. Okay. You actually do notice that in one of the drawers on the desk, it looks like there's a few pieces of paper that are kind of sticking out, almost as if they were into the drawer and shut.
Okay, I'll open the drawer and I'll point this out to Clay.
Okay, just kind of stand off to the side and see what she's looking at.
Yep.
And basically what this page details is sort of what the professor was talking about the other night, more or less what he knows about the Sedefkar simulacrum.
Okay, so basically they figured out the stops that we need to go as well, and where things are hidden. Is that what you're telling me? We're gonna have competition?
If they didn't know it already.
Yeah, one could deduce that.
But yeah.
I'll point that out to Clay, and I'll say we might wanna call back your abode and let Eldritch know.
Yeah. Do you think that they're safe there?
I think they are. Eldritch has a good head on his shoulders. He knows how to stay alive. Jimmy, I don't know.
I think if Eldridge runs, Jimmy will run.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's probably going to work out in their favor. And they have the motorcycle.
And they have no way of knowing that we got the book either, but it looks like this might be what they were looking for.
Right.
Which they now have, and we can't do anything about it because the train doesn't leave for 3 more days.
Right. Well, I guess we make the best of the evening. I'll just phone over and let them know that our foes may know the same things we know if they didn't already.
I remember we started first, so I've been reading the book the whole night.
Yep.
While they're driving over there and doing all that, I'm reading the book.
Okay. And Clay gives you this information. Is there anything you do with this information once you've talked?
Yes, I say, well, that was probably a given anyway.
Probably, but now we know for sure that they found something, but at least they didn't find everything.
Right, but I'm sure they had an inkling about, at least an inkling of what was going on. That's why they're here in the first place.
And can you refresh my memory, Moss? There used to be a piece in London, or there's still a piece in London? I'm trying to remember from our notes.
So
France, Venice.
there is not a piece in
I don't remember a piece being here unless you lied to us.
Yeah, Trieste, Venice.
There was a piece that started
Milan.
here but left. So
That's right.
yeah.
Okay, that's what is that the one not Napoleon took, but somebody took. But yeah, that was
Napoleon
the one that was sold
took the one in Paris, didn't he?
I think this one was sold to the person from Milan, right?
Napoleon took a piece to Venice.
Right.
There were 2 pieces according to the notes, there were 2 pieces in Paris, one of which was bought and taken reportedly to Milan.
Right, that was the Milan one. Okay, all right. Okay, good. So I just wanted to make sure that we weren't forgetting that there was one here in London or something. We were like, leave the continent and be like, oh, man.
If there was,
great.
then the old man lied to us tonight.
Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, I guess we're going to spend the night just being a little on edge and hoping nothing horrible happens.
I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just reading the book.
He's just reading the book. He's lost in his other world right now.
Okay. And I tell you what, Eldritch, as you hang up the phone, go ahead and give me a listen roll.
Oh.
How does that blackjack feel?
I'm going to spend a Eureka point. Because listen is not my strong point. Oh, I did extreme success.
Wow.
Extreme success.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, you can hear it clear as day. You hear the sound of multiple cats meowing outside the window of Clay's apartment, and you look out in that direction, and towards one of the windows, Calvino is sitting on the windowsill, and you see his tail is just swishing back and forth furiously as he stares out the window.
I say to the cat, well, old boy, go have some fun.
He just continues to stare out the window.
I think that's a bad sign.
What are you up to, boy?
Do you head over to the window?
Yeah, I was already talking to the cat, yeah.
Okay. So you head over to the window and you see what look to be probably 24 cats.
Holy shit.
Setting on rooftops, surrounding the home which you're residing in.
Is that
And
normal?
you can see the yellow glow on their eyes as it almost looks as if they are looking into the apartment.
Monsieur Pussycat, is that normal?
you speak
Exactly. I don't.
cat?
Like, well, you're no help, are you? Jimmy, I don't know. What do you make of this boy?
Atomic says you didn't believe me that Calvino is a bad guy. He has his own cult.
Yeah, you could probably do a spot hidden to see if like there's somebody else trying to sneak around.
He's bigger than the Sevvy cult, the Calvino cult. Yeah, I'm gonna spot hidden to see if anything weird is lurking out there with those cats.
Okay.
Cult Vino.
I got a super extreme success, sir.
An extreme success. Okay. You actually do see what looks to be a humanoid figure in an alleyway in one of the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're looking, it seems to just disappear.
Oh, fuck. I pick up the phone. Guess who I'm calling?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not around yet, but good try.
Yes, I call the Ghostbusters. I'm old boy.
I don't know. Does Beddoes pick up, or will he object? I'm just gonna grab the damn phone.
Just grab the damn phone.
You grab the phone before Beddoes does.
Yep.
Do you normally have a bunch of cats outside of your window, staring into your apartment?
Clay gets quiet for a second, and when he responds, there is a definite like calculating chill in his voice when he says,
What
"Is Calvino watching them?"
Yes, and also disappearing people in alleyways.
And he is just going to yell out the top of his lungs, not caring if he wakes the professor up. He's going to just yell out, "Camellia, India, we have to go. We have to get back to my place. I may be overreacting, but we need to. I'm sorry, Professor. I'm sorry, Beddoes. We have to go."
Okay.
Yeah.
I grab all my stuff and then head out.
Jimmy, barricade the door.
Yeah, Mr. G. Right away.
And I pull out the shoddy. I grab a shoddy and load that as well.
Okay. And at that, you all peel out. If I had that soundscape pulled up, I would just do it now, but I don't.
We're going at least like 13 miles an hour.
And you make your way back to your apartment. Or correct me if I'm wrong. It's a flat? It's a flat.
It's the top two floors of like a brownstone,
brownstone.
basically. Yeah.
Okay.
A row house. Yeah.
So you make your way back to your house, leaving St. John's Wood behind.
After I load the shotgun, I call Scotland Yard as well and tell them there's strange people trying to break into home.
Okay. So you call Scotland Yard, and they pick up Scotland Yard.
Yes, there's some strange gentlemen trying to break in our apartment here.
What is your address?
I give them the address.
We are short on manpower this evening, but I'll see what I can do. And with that, they hang up the phone.
Tell them there's an extra 10 if they get here quicker, goddammit.
All right, so we'll fast forward. Nothing seems to happen when the three pull up the street and enter the home. By this point, you look around and the cats have all scattered.
I want to roll a cult for the cat meaning, or if I can figure out anything, or my book for that matter, whichever one you or both, or whichever you let me do, that'll help.
You can do depending on what role you use will kind of dictate what information you get.
Well, which one would be better? Can I do both? I can go with my knowledge and the knowledge of the book, no?
I mean, based on what you've read of the book, I'll tell you this much. Based on what you've read of the book itself, there's not a whole lot of mention of cats.
No, not that book. My book.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll roll my occult, and then you whatever with the book, right?
Yep.
Okay. God dang it.
That roll?
It was a fail. My occult needs some work. But there's no roll for the book, huh?
You succeeded earlier, so you might be able to erase it tonight.
No, I failed occult twice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me read that item description one more time, because I think it's just let me see.
Oh, is there a fairly
An
useless
idea
book?
roll. You make an idea roll.
Okay, that works. Oh, extreme success. Extreme success.
Okay. So you remember hearing something about, or reading something about, something called the Dreamlands and the Cats of Ulthar.
Let me take that down. That would an A or an O?
A.
Okay. Dreamland. And what did I glean from the Cats of Ulthar?
Well, there's not a whole lot that's known about the Cats of Ulthar, but it's widely believed that they don't necessarily bring good omens with them.
I see. Okay. Can't use library or any of that shit, right? It's all that would be the occult part. Or Cthulhu mythos, maybe?
I'll say that your Cthulhu mythos would give you basically that same information.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, they're here now, right?
Yes, they are here and they are entering the premises.
Okay. They're gone now. But from my knowledge, these could be something called the Cats of Ulthar, or related to them, or of some sort of, I don't know, relation to. And usually when these things are around, it brings bad omens, bad tidings. So whatever this is, it's not good news, boy. Old boy, rather.
Well, Clay must have known about it, because as soon as you told him, he told us we had to get out and come back here.
Do you know about it, or you just sense the danger and the situation?
I've seen them before.
You have?
Just things like this in different places of the world.
Does your cat have anything to do with them?
Well, he seems to keep them at bay usually.
Oh, so they've been here before.
Because I think, though technically, I guess, boss, it's the Cats of Ulthar are technically the sort of good ones. I think it's the cats from Saturn that are the bad ones. I'm trying to remember now.
So, as you would know, Ulthar, as the story goes, really that whole narrative is about an old couple who enjoys killing the townspeople's cats. So it's tough to tell, were these actually the cats? You don't really know. You could have a lot of interpretations of it, but based on what Eldritch has read or knows about them, they don't bring good omens.
Okay. All right. Yes, camera. Yes, you're right. So yeah, Clay is just gonna go over and pet Calvino and then put him up on his shoulders and thank him and say, unfortunately, this means that we left the professor with them, but
that might have been their plan all along.
Now that I think about it, though, as much as I admire the professor, we can't let that fall into their hands.
What? The book?
You have.
Oh.
Him, I don't think he's as dangerous because he doesn't have the book in his head. He may know other things he hasn't told us, but...
Yeah, not that, though. Or at least enough of it.
I don't think we can protect both.
I'm sure he'll be safe enough for tonight.
And at this point, you see some Scotland Yard cars pull up to the building.
Oh, I might have called the police as well.
Look out the window. Oh, they're not going to be able to do much against them.
You might have to give them $10. Sorry.
He will head downstairs to meet them.
They weren't in a rush to get here. I figured I needed to motivate them.
Oh God.
Here's your tip, filthy animals.
Come on, you got to respect that. That's a good move.
Exactly.
You would have done that.
Oh yeah, easily. It's part of his daily expenses, getting the police to show up.
Yeah. When
So
needed.
at this point, you hear a knock on the door.
Answer it with Calvino on his shoulder. Officers.
You see the very same officers which were sent to protect
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mr. Smith.
Oh, no.
He's just going to get a little kind of drawn in the face, like, and say, "So, they sent you over here."
Yeah, they're short-handed tonight. They said we needed to come over here. Said there was some sort of disturbance. It was all quiet over at the professor's house.
All right. And he's just going to take them down the sidewalk and show them where they pointed out the cats and the person were. As you can see now, there's nothing here, so you could probably go back to the professor. But if you want to leave someone, fine. If not, then... Regardless, thank you for your trouble. And he's going to just palm some money in his hand and give it to the officer.
Oh. Yeah. All right. All right, boys, we're out. And at that point, they all get back in their cars and start heading back down the road.
And as they go, Clay is just going to kind of walk sort of calmly back in, but as soon as the door shut, he's storming up the stairs. And he's just going to say, "We're not going to run across town again, but the idiots sent everyone that was at the professor's over here. So perhaps call Beddoes, perhaps just call the place and see."
It seems like a good idea.
All right. So you're calling over?
I'm going to read the book. Someone else can call over.
No, I don't think it's needed. I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Clay will just make a perfunctory attempt at calling. He'll call. If no one answers, he's going to be like, okay. Either that means the professor is dying at the hands of horrible cultists and being flayed alive, or they're still asleep.
So you ring over, and there is no answer.
Clay's just like, I can't worry about all of these people all the time. I'll go insane. So he's just going to sit down, have a drink, and put Calvino on his lap and probably fall asleep in his easy chair in the living room.
Okay. At this point, it's probably about 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's pretty late.
Read the book.
You're going to read the book all through the night?
Most of the night.
Most
At
of the
least
night?
till
Orman
5.
says, "Burn the book, problem solved."
At least till
Yeah.
5.
Burn the professor, problem solved. What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry,
That works,
Eldritch.
too.
It's just safer.
Okay. So you all go to sleep.
They all go to sleep.
They all go to sleep. You read the book for a while and then go to sleep.
At 5.
At 5?
Mm-hmm.
Drooling
All
on
right.
the book.
I'll tell you what. Eldritch, while you're sitting there reading, make me another listen roll.
All right.
Oh god, more cats.
Nothing. I am engulfed into the book, sir.
You absolutely are. I love it. Okay. All right. So, let's see. You wake up. First thing in the morning. It is now January 4th.
What? No, it was January 2nd before.
It was third.
It was the 3rd.
Okay, hold on. Let me put January 3rd here. Okay, January
You wake
4th.
up to the hustle and bustle of the busy London streets. You see that it is now not late morning, but it's late enough in the morning to where a good number of people are out and doing their thing. Let me get the right mood going here.
I don't get up till 11.
You got so drunk you missed a day. What?
At night. No, I'm just kidding.
11 at night. That book will probably give you nightmares for life. That's what he's hoping for.
Maybe
It's
that's
light
why he
reading.
couldn't sleep.
It's light reading.
Light reading.
All right. So,
I have a
You wake
library
up?
of 89.
and it is now probably about 9 o'clock in the morning. And as you head out, you see, do you do anything first thing in the morning?
Yes, I'll sleep another hour.
Get up, shower, exercise, make breakfast. For whoever needs food.
Okay.
I guess exercise, then shower, rather.
What does your exercise regimen consist of, by the way?
He takes a run,
Okay.
and then in here he has some rudimentary weights, just really simple little, like those little barbells. And he has a punching bag in the one room. So he does his calisthenics, all his normal stuff that he did when he was in the Corps.
Very good. Very good. That's a good workout, by the way. So as you are out on your run, you see this.
Oh no.
3 times in one night? What the fuck?
Going to give the boy money and take a paper right there while he's just sweating through his shirt.
All right. And as you read through it, you find this article. And if you want, you can add this to your notes as well.
Oh shit.
Going to do that, in fact. Dragged it into my notes.
So for those of you who might not be able to read it, watching the stream, I'll read it out to you. 3 bodies in hotel. Each man carries the same identity. 3 slain men were discovered last night in a London hotel, each bearing positive identification as Mr. Mehmet Makriat of Islington. Each had been stabbed through the heart. Maids at the Chelsea Arms Hotel discovered the remains. The room also was registered in the name of Mr. Makriat. Bona fide papers identify the trio as one man, the Mr. Makriat, who is a Turkish antique and art dealer doing business in this city. The victims bear superficial resemblances, and each had passed as Mr. Makriat since independently arriving in London 3 days ago. Confusingly, the real Mr. Makriat, or at least the man described by neighboring shopkeepers as Mr. Makriat, cannot be found. Police request that he come forth. The passports of these Turkish nationals record independent worldwide travels from each man over the past 3 years, sorry. Inspector Fleming of Scotland Yard is at a loss to describe the meaning of this bizarre mystery, but is eager to converse with any other Mehmet Makriats still living.
That is disturbing. Okay,
Those
so
are rookie numbers.
He'll
Do
run
they all
back.
look the same? By the
And,
way, the handout is in Secrets and Lies if you guys want to watch it.
Excellent.
And Clay, why don't you give me a spot hidden roll?
All right, we'll do a spot hidden roll. Let's do it. Oops. There we go. Extreme success.
Yeah, easily. So a little bit lower down on the first page, you find this.
Oh. Whoa, no. Okay, he's running back after he sees the beginning of it.
So for those of you who are watching the stream, Professor's home burns. Fears
Oh
for his safety.
shit!
Professor Julius Arthur Smith, a well-known in academia, was sought
my
today
God.
following the burning of his St. John's Woods home
Shut up.
under mysterious circumstances. Missing also is Dr. Smith's manservant, one James Beddoes. Witnesses saw a man resembling Beddoes run from the house just before the fire broke out. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Dr. Smith or Beddoes is requested to contact Detective Sergeant Rigby at Scotland Yard's Arson Division.
What the fuck?
So yeah, he's running back to the house, not worrying if he's bumping into anybody. Full tilt back to the house, barging in, and then yelling for everybody to come into the living area.
I wake up begrudgingly.
I'll do the same. Well, I'm already awake. I'm probably cleaning my Tommy gun. So I'll assemble it again, because I'm kind of by the living area anyway, and I'll look at you as I'm assembling it. What's up?
Bloody hell, what's all this racket? I'm trying to sleep.
Well, two things. The professor's home burned down last night, so we need to go find him if we can. But
Oh,
also this, and
God.
point out the other article that's like, man dies 3 times in one night.
How did they all look the same?
I can't say. I don't
Maybe it
know.
has something to do with that skin cult.
Yeah.
I wonder which one of these he was talking to last night. He looks over at Jimmy.
Maybe none of them. Since they say the real one is still at large, whatever the hell that means.
But I suggest everybody, I don't think, well, depending on what we find, that we might not want to eat before we go, depending on the strength of your stomach, but we should get dressed and head out to the professor's
Yeah.
as quickly as possible.
Let's do that.
It's strange because it says that the Beddoes ran out of the house before the fire.
Resembling Beddoes. It was probably somebody wearing his skin.
Do you think maybe that they burned the house down themselves to throw them off the trail, or do you think something bad has happened?
I think something bad happened.
I don't know. It's possible they got out, but... All
Well,
right.
hurry up, man.
Yep. Clay is not even going to change into his other clothes. He's just sweaty in his workout stuff. He's just going to throw on his overcoat and grab his guns, slip his boots on, put Matilda in, and we're out.
Okay.
Yeah, I take my time getting dressed because it's not like we're running to put out a fire. The damage is already done.
Just gotta give you a sidewise look.
Well, it's not like we can save him now. What's been done is done. No rush. We'll get there. I'm old. I was up all night reading the fucking book. All right, so we go.
As you all exit the apartment, you see a cab slow to a stop just outside of your home, and a young man in a newsboy cap gets out and says, "Are you Mr. Smith? Or
No.
not Smith? Sorry. Are you Mr. York?
Yes.
Message for you, sir."
Okay, look at him a little warily, go up to him and take it, and give him something. Oh, God. Okay.
I told you.
All right. We've got to go. Do you want to read it out to everybody, Moss?
Yes. The message
I
says.
think they can see it on Sevvy's screen, but
Probably.
It says, "Come at once. I haven't long. For God's sake, let no one follow you. J.A. Smith."
Jackass
All right.
Smith, my favorite.
he's going to hand the key over to Camellia.
Yep. Okay, let's get going.
This calls for some interesting driving.
All right.
He's just
I take
assuming
the motorcycle.
everybody's better at driving than he is.
Clearly, I take the motorcycle.
All right. So you follow. You're going to the. There is an address on the little slip which was handed to you. An address in Cheapside. Is that where you're planning on going?
Yes.
Okay. So you make your way to Cheapside as quickly as possible.
We should be cautious.
Okay. Are you looking out for anything specifically?
Yes, people following us.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a spot hidden roll.
Easy.
All right.
I'm gonna use a -10. I'm gonna use a
Yeah,
20.
so am I. Hold on. Since I've been shit all night with it.
Regular success. Ooh, look at that.
-2.
Very nice.
I have a regular success too.
I see everything.
She does.
You do see everything, and at this point, it actually looks like there's nobody
Nothing.
following you.
I see everything, all of nothing.
Yeah. It is a very busy street up until you get to the point at Cheapside where the cars trade places with wagons. The clothes tend to get a little bit rattier. The people
When
tend
you
to
say
get a little
wagons,
bit
you
poorer.
mean like horse wagons?
Yes.
Okay.
And the people tend to get a little bit poorer. And
My people.
it looks like the address in Cheapside proves to be a bed-sitting room in a grimy building on an undistinguished street. You pull up and you see what looks to be, it's a pretty rundown building.
Mhm.
Okay.
Kitty?
What's the name of this place you said? Cheap? Like it's cheap?
Sheep. Sheep.
Cheap, C-H-E-A-P.
Oh, it is cheap.
Yeah, Cheapside.
Could have swore you said sheepside.
E-H...
E-A-P.
A-P. Oh, so it's cheap. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, they don't fuck around with the names.
I know.
They let you know it's cheap. It's right there in the name.
It's right next to Crapton.
Yeah, it's next in the shit end street.
I'll look around the building to see if there's somebody waiting for us or somebody hiding, trying to ambush us as soon as we get out.
Yeah, if you want, you can give me another spot hitting roll.
Let's go to Wolfhead Bay.
No.
Wolfhead Bay. Yeah. You don't see anybody waiting around the building for you, but you do look at the building, and it looks like the door is slightly ajar, and somebody is peering out.
Okay, right.
Oh, look, Jimmy, it's your mother.
Okay. Okay.
My mom's in Kansas, Mr. G.
Oh, my bad. I'm
point
sorry,
it
young man.
out. I'll point out the fact that there's nobody waiting to ambush us, but there's somebody that keeps opening and closing the door. So we should hit
And-
it.
All right, so you make your way to the door, and the door actually opens up wide enough to where you can see a face.
Yeah.
And it is the face of Beddoes. And you look, and you see the hand which is grabbing the door actually looks like it's bandaged. He ushers you in. Come in.
Julia, Solar Boy, do you remember that time we were at blah, 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 and I referenced something that only he would know? Him and I did together that only he would know.
Well, this is Beddoes. We haven't gotten to.
Well, he said the bandaged hand was wasn't that Smith?
No,
that
that was
that
Beddoes.
was
Oh, that was Beddoes. I'm sorry.
That was Beddoes.
My bad.
And as you kind of look into the room, you see laying upon the bed a man whose skin is so burnt. He looks almost unrecognizable, but you see the form of what looks to be Julius Smith. The drapes have been pulled, shutting out as much light as possible. The figure of the professor can be seen. Excuse me. The figure of the professor can be dimly seen on the bed. You look and see his face, his flesh just charred almost down to the bone. I need everybody except for Clay, for obvious reasons, to make me a sanity roll
Fuck off.
upon seeing him.
I'm gonna use
I'm fine.
Okay.
Eureka point.
Okay. Fail.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Barely failed, but
Ooh.
Okay. Well, good news. You only lose 2.
Oh, okay, it's half.
His eyes are currently swollen shut. And here's just a little bit of visual representation of what he looks like.
ew.
And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and call it for the evening. We've got about 20 minutes. If we wanted to do, I'll take a page from Arudai's book, and we'll do a little bit of character insights and see what everybody's thinking. I know we're a little bit short on players right now, but I think that to get into the next portion would send us cascading down a mountain of mystery. So, JT,
Yes, sir.
what does Eldritch think about his group of investigators so far? Is there anybody in particular who he looks up to, who he thinks is particularly valuable?
The only one I trust implicitly is Clay. Everyone else seems to be spotty at best on their predictions, calculations, and plan.
And what about Jimmy? I mean, he is your protege. Is he
The boy's a moron, but he's loyal.
to a fault, would you say?
To a fault, yes. He's loyal to a fault to the point where his loyalty could end up being a hazard at some point.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, he's always been by your side.
Yeah. He, like I said, loyal to a fault.
So, and does Eldritch have any idea what's going on?
Sure. Obviously, these people want Smith out the way and whatever knowledge he had to get to this either simulacrum or some other knowledge he had, either the book or the simulacrum or both. They obviously took advantage of us to call the police to get them away from the house, and someone manipulated those police to leave the house to go there so they can get to him. Which I guess is our fault or my fault. And other than that, no, not a damn clue.
Interesting. Well, they're sure leaving a lot of breadcrumbs, but as to what they want, I mean, it's kind of up in the air. But Camellia, what is there anybody in the group who Camellia particularly values?
I would say York. He has the experience and the knowledge of what needs to be done. And the arsenal, of course, to keep everybody safe. He also values the knowledge that Eldritch has, because this is something that she has never encountered before, so it is really weird, and she doesn't really understand what is going on, but she's definitely trying to understand it.
Okay.
The more you understand, the crazier you will go, Sevvy.
I know that.
Does she trust Professor Smith?
She does. She doesn't have a reason not to trust him. I mean, he gave them all the information that he had, and I think he wasn't taking the threat seriously. Because if he did, he would have made sure that he was safe.
Or serious enough, for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now Camellia and India seem to have formed a interesting bond to the point where they'll humiliate a 17-year-old boy into making
Is he
an
only
appropriate
17?
Isn't he? I think he's pretty. I'm pretty sure he's 17.
I have no idea.
I thought he was a little older. I thought he's
Me
like
too.
22, but maybe he's
let me
17.
double check. Oh, he doesn't have it written down.
17 in the 20s probably looks like 25.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is
Hard
true.
times.
That is true. Yeah. Hard times make hard men.
So you telling me we got a minor laid? Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Or maybe I'll have to have Chris correct me if I'm wrong.
I think he was
thought he said
22, but I could be wrong.
He might be 22.
I thought he was over the age.
Yeah, I thought he was at least college age or something.
Okay, so
Since
using
he's an intern.
given Camelia's past, does she think that maybe are they being manipulated and led into a trap? What does she think about the current situation and the path that they're on?
Well, we don't have any type of information whatsoever to make the determination of who is doing the manipulating. No matter what, it is all a trap. So once they get in the train, it's gonna be a trap because it's gonna be a race to get the pieces that need to be grabbed. But even then, all the pieces need to be conveniently put together in order to destroy it, which is convenient, and probably a lie. So it's kind of hard to tell. But I think right now, she trusts the professor's information, but she just thinks everything is a trap at this point.
Yeah. Well, her intuition may or may not prove true. It's there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on and a lot to keep track of. So now, Clay, everybody seems to really look up to. Everybody seems to look up to you. Is there anybody who you look up to, who you respect?
Only the keeper of look. No.
Oh wow!
No.
Wow. Tomix did say that since everybody finds you so important, that's good motivation for me to kill your character.
I know.
So,
Yeah, that's
Target him. He's the competent one.
So he doesn't really trust anyone for the most part in life. Calvino is his friend. Calvino is the only one he implicitly trusts. Mm-hmm. But he's getting to the point where he understands the importance of these people, and he's really warming up to Camellia because she's no nonsense. She knows how to make a deal, get things done. If they could have had women in the fighting units back then, he's like, would have been perfect to have her with, him in the trenches and in the woods. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't have gone over well, because, women. But he finds that refreshing. So he can basically find a kindred spirit there, but he is starting to realize just how important all the crazy stuff locked away in Eldritch's head is going to probably be. He doesn't want to admit it, but he might at some point also show him the book that he has locked away. That is a very frightening thing in and of itself, but he enjoys the company of the two younger members of the team because they remind him of all the stupid things he and his boys and everybody got to in the early, not wars necessarily, but the Spanish-American War and everything he did in the Box Rebellion all around the world. He's finding that refreshing to see, that there are people coming out of after the war actually having a good time and enjoying their lives, even if they're making stupid decisions like they seem to be right now. That could be just his old age talking, though.
His conflicts.
Is that kind of an attitude where you look at it as almost like an ignorance is bliss type thing?
Exactly, and that's he sees a lot of that in all the young people. The attitudes of jazz and everything going on right now, because it is his idea is he could die at any point, so he's living life to the fullest as much as he can. But he is super not trustful of most people, which allows him to just look at them and go, "Oh, okay, yep, just keep them at arm's length." These people he's letting to get close, and that may be a problem later because now he's trying to find a way to protect everyone, and that's not going to work out.
Yeah. Does he look at people who he needs to protect as almost liabilities?
He does, but now he's starting to see the benefits of having the people around, all the good things that they can do for whatever we're trying to stop. So he's kind of looking at it now like a larger envelope, a larger umbrella, because him helping these people in whatever way he can, because he's not the most important person here. He doesn't have the skills that they have. If he can protect them and get them farther, that's what he's going to do. Because they have all the expertise to get all this stuff done and deal with these crazy cultists. He doesn't understand any of that. He usually basically dropped back to wanting fire. And it was fire.
That's the one that killed the 3 cultists.
Exactly. There we go.
So, kind of shift gears a little bit. With Clay's relationship with Calvino, what does he make of all the cats that showed up at his apartment? Obviously, he wasn't there to see him, but he did hear about them. What are his thoughts?
His thoughts, because Calvino's come to him in his dreams more than once and warned him about things here and there, that those people are allied with some of those unpleasant creatures, the ones that may be masquerading as cats or whatever they are. Whatever they're doing, it's not good. And Calvino is kind of protecting them. So it's all the more important for him to, take care of Calvino, because Calvino's his own cat. He'll go wherever the hell he wants. But for whatever reason, he has decided that Clay is a person to hang around with. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he is trying to make sure that everybody knows how important Calvino is, even if he doesn't understand it. And it's really nice for him to see that Calvino's getting along with at least Jimmy. So if he falls, at least Calvino has taken a liking to someone else. So maybe he'll actually follow him around.
Wow. Seems as though he might have imprinted on Jimmy a little bit, just a little bit. So why don't we go ahead and do our improvement rolls? Everybody else, we'll do Nomi and Chris's improvement rolls next week, because I don't want to roll it for him. Let's see. Jimmy, actually, I did roll a few things for Jimmy. He succeeded in spot hidden. I know he succeeded in that. Well, I think that's really all he succeeded in. So he might have the opportunity to improve in that next week, and then Nomi can do her rolls next week as well. But JT, why don't you go ahead and get going with your roll? See what you can improve on.
All right, old bean. I'll do the listen roll first. Ooh, I failed it wonderfully.
Good job.
All right, let's see what we get. Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Not bad. Okay. There we go. Boom.
28 for a listen. It's better than a 1 in 4 chance.
It's better than the shit it was before. All right, psychology. This should be an easy one. Watch me do good on it. Oh, fuck off.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Fuck off.
Extreme success when you don't want it.
All right, spot hidden. Let me fuck this one up the right way, please. I'll fuck off. Yeah, I wasn't beat at my 85. Yep, okay. I'm done.
All right, Sevvy, let's see what you got.
Gonna do fighting. Yep, that goes up by 10.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right.
So that moves into a 40.
You learned so much from tripping Jimmy. That was amazing.
Yeah, really.
Wow.
I would say you almost leveled up in judo.
I know. Gonna do spot hidden. Nope.
Oh.
Listen. Nope. And occult. Yes.
Very good.
And a 3 for occult. There we go.
Very nice.
You're almost in
nice.
double digits on that.
Almost.
So close.
All right. And Clay, let's see what you got.
All right. I've only got 2, and they may not go up. We've got psychology, which does go up. Oh, wow.
Nice.
Okay, let's see what we get here. Where's my D10? 9.
Wow. You got a 9.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
And spot hidden, I think, I'm trying to remember for rolling, I think I do have to roll 100 on this to go up, but.
Yeah.
Hey, I rolled 100
I got
today.
close. All right, so we got 9 points in psychology. Ooh.
Very nice. Very nice.
Hey, Moss, did my Cthulhu mythos go up reading that book all night?
No, so basically, whenever you read a mythos tome, it goes up with a short study, which you've already done, and then it goes up the rest of the way once you finish studying it.
Oh, okay.
A feeling named JJ. Sevvy, what's the name of the ethereal demonic being you made a deal with?
You want to send him a DM on Discord? Hey. Wow.
right.
Nice.
So I know it's a few minutes early, but I want to thank everybody for stopping by and watching, because we just had right at the very end, we had a lot happen that's really going to set this thing in motion. So I'm excited to keep going on this. So why don't we go around the horn? Everybody, let everybody know what you're doing. Save Sevvy for second to last, me for last. Frost, why don't you go first?
All right. Hey, I'm Frost. You can find me at all the links in my link tree. Give me a follow over on Kick. I'm still trying to get to 75 people over there. It's free. It's free. And watching me at Kick means there's no ads, which is nice, unlike Twitch. I am writing some more stuff. I had some more ideas for things that I'm working on for Legend Seeker. I'm going to throw at Rudai for ideas. He may throw them all back at me, but we'll see. I'm just throwing stuff over the fence at the moment. But yeah, find me over there. And I do gaming streams right now. I've been playing a lot of Icarus. It's just a survival game. And I've been also doing some writing, but I haven't been doing writing on stream lately. I might be changing that soon. And that's it. So guess what? That goes to JT.
All right. First off, I want y'all to hit the melee button. And then when the stream is over, hang out a minute and leave a comment, because that helps more people see us. And we need to do that. More people, the better. Also, my auditions ended today for our Rift game that we have coming soon. And so you can't join that anymore, but you can still join my Discord. And by joining my Discord, you can keep track of all the progress we make to get that game up and running. And you can just hang out. It's free. So, no need not to do that. It'd be fun. More people, the better, like I was just saying. And you can catch me again on a Friday night here. Well, not here, but on G&G Titties, where we'll be doing Mummy's Mask. And then after that, you can check me and Caleb out on Kaiju Watch on my Rumble channel, which is in the link tree. And then, which is a lot of fun. We hang out, we watch big monsters fight each other. Always a good time.
Didn't catch them the other day when they were on his Kick channel playing Gigabash. It was hilarious.
Yes.
Those big monsters beating the hell out of each other.
Yes, and we also once in a while on my Kick channel play Gigabash, which is a kaiju fighting game, and we were all playing on that, and that was a damn good time. We all had fun last night. Please check that out on my Kick channel as well, which is also on my link tree, because I play games practically every night. And other than that, we'll give it to Sevvy.
Well, hi everyone, I am Sevvy. Just a couple things. One is you can join the Discord server of Geeks and Gamers Tabletop / Moonskull. If you have not already, we do have a couple promotions going on. So I think like if we get up to 5 gold memberships, we only need 2 more. Eureka will get a sports jersey with the name Kermit and the number 36 that he will be wearing on stream. And then there is also a thing going on too for Frost Maiden called Heroes of Frost Maiden. So for 5 new gold memberships, you have to say that it's going to that and not giving the benefit to the other to the other shows. The party will come to face some very familiar faces, which includes Frost Furian, Nair, the real Chadwick, and 2 more surprises. So check it out already. Generally, you can find me Geeks and Gamers Tabletop on Thursdays for March of the Dragon Queen, Fridays for Mummy's Mask, and Sundays for Pokemon. You can find me over here on Moonskull on Saturdays for Star Wars, Mondays for Call of Cthulhu, and Fridays for Whiskey and Wine. We play games with the crew every other Wednesday, so check that out as well if you have not already. And please do follow my my Kick and my Twitch, where I play games when I'm not generally streaming, and follow me on Instagram, and there is the link there for my Twitter account and my server discount as well. And Cult of Sevvy merch is coming out. I think Erudai was gonna put out the new scene, so I'm not sure when that is happening, but check that out. And I'll pass it to us.
Yeah, thank you. Again, I am Moss, the keeper of or thank you all for stopping in and watching these shenanigans. The beginning was very interesting with me. I'll tell you what, me having to play Jimmy was. I just hope I do Jimmy some justice. I just hope I do him some justice. And I hope he gets the same treatment whenever Chris is back, because I'm starting to think it's just me. But you can follow me on Twitter if you want. That's at MossMuff. You can find me, obviously, here on Monday evenings playing Call of Cthulhu with these fine people, plus 2 others. You can find me over on Geeks and Gamers Tabletop on Thursdays for March of the Dragon Queen, and Saturdays back here on Moonskull for Star Wars. On, let's see, Wednesdays, I don't believe this Wednesday, Sevvy can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe I'll be on the gaming stream on this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, we should be doing a gaming stream, so you can catch me there. But tomorrow, if you want to hear my sultry voice again, JJ and I will actually be playing some more Return to Moria over on Kick. That's Dragon's Tavern Live. Sorry. So you can find us there, and I think that's all I got. So with that, I appreciate once again everybody stopping by. As JT said, stick around for just a few minutes after the stream ends. Give it a like, leave a comment, just whatever you can do to help the algorithm to help us get out to more people. And I appreciate it, you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, gee, Mr. Moss, I thought you did pretty good being me.
Thanks, Jimmy.